There it is.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Renegade Capes on the Renegade Pop Culture Podcast Network. My name is Mike. I'll be your host for this evening. Joining me, as always, is OrganoidZero, Brock.
Yo, that Batman trailer's fucking dope.
Hell yeah, we will get into that in a second. Joining us, we've got Josh.
Hello, how's it going?
And Crystal.
Hi.
Oh my god, that Blue Beetle concept art!
Oh yeah,
Woo!
I can tell you're excited about that.
Extremely.
Yeah, today on this episode of Capes, we're talking about DC Fandome 2021. I'll start off with everyone's general thoughts on the event. This year was clearly not as big as the one from last year. Instead of going a full 24 hours, they did, 4 hours. But we still have enough material to talk about. And don't worry, this podcast will not be as long as the stream.
Before we get too far into that, people complaining that this event was not as big as the last one. Mike, say those hours again one more time.
4 hours compared
How
to...
big was the first one?
Like 24.
Shut the hell up. That first one didn't need to be that big.
No, it didn't.
They were totally just banking on the fact, like, all right, so we can't do Comic-Con right now. Because they probably would have done all that way more streamlined last year at Comic-Con if, the world didn't stop.
Yep.
So they kind of had to go big to make an impression. I would compare this year, because Crystal ended up having to see it secondhand because she was at work. I was doing some driving around with Uber Eats while it was going on, so I got to hear everything like as it was happening. I knew going in it wasn't going to be that big, and I compare it to one thing in particular. If there's any gamers in the audience,
I'm sure there are.
do you remember the year after Bethesda first had their own E3 conference? Because that first conference, they came in just swinging with all the big hitters. They announced Doom. They announced everything that they had just in the pipeline, and everybody said, oh my God, Bethesda won E3. And then came the second year, and everyone was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what they're going to do. And it was just like Fallout, like updates. I think something for the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm not sure.
I think they announced Fallout 76.
They announced Fallout 76. I think the most substantial thing was, Dishonored 2. And even then, everyone was like, oh, okay, why are we stuck on this for 30 minutes, though?
Because it's all we have.
And that is exactly why this fandom, I wasn't completely angry at it, because let's be real here. Of all the stuff that they have in the pipeline, it's not done yet. They haven't even started cooking. And for anybody who's not in the know in the audience, there is an industry strike going on right now as we speak. And I want to know that we do stand with the what's the anagram again?
IATSE. IATSE.
Yeah, we stand with the IATSE. Everybody who works in the industry needs to work living hours. Pulling 10-hour crunches. That's about as much as you get like working in a kitchen. Mm-hmm. And that is, to do that straight for a whole day, that's unbelievable. So let them work their stuff out. Be thankful that you got what you got, because I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it in the end. Mm-hmm. But you have all this stuff, and then on top of that, you still have the projects that they announced last year that they still are in production. I mean, one of the things they talked about, they revealed the Static movie twice. Like they did that last year, I believe, right?
Oh.
Yep. Last year they announced that they were doing a Static Shock live action movie. This year they added they added something else that Milestone was doing a big animated crossover, which is one of the things I'm actually really excited about, just in general. That Milestone is like back for real this time.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Keanu was probably really happy about that because I remember he was very like, "Oh shit, they got Milestone back!" Like they're talking about bringing all those old names back. So I can only imagine like hearing full on that they're bringing on those older titles even more. It's like, oh man,
They got a big back catalog of stuff that's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like the bigger things, I don't know. I liked what they had so far. They had an uphill thing, and I'll say this: if you like the CW, oh, you would have loved this DC Fandome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I call it 2 hours of the CW and 2 hours of announcements.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll be honest though, I'm still like a couple episodes behind on everything, so I did kind of have to tune out a lot of the television stuff, but I was there for the Smallville reunion, which I thought was nice since this is their 20th anniversary.
Stop saying that. I can't just.
It's weird to say.
Wait, their 20th anniversary? When did it first start?
2001.
Yeah. Feel old?
I'm a year younger than the show.
Oh wow.
No.
It's weird to say. It's weird to say that I'm 3 years older than the show, but like,
This is nonsense. How am I the oldest person here?
Age is just a number.
I will.
I always
Number that
forget
hurts.
that because my mom would watch that show on repeat. And so I basically grew up with it. So I
my
never
God.
thought,
I just have this image in my head now.
what?
I have this image in my head. You know how like they say like to make your baby smarter, you play Mozart. I'm just imagining her
Shut up.
listening to somebody sing.
It's funny because my mom actually did that with me.
Oh my god.
Not the. I don't think she actually used that song, but she did play like
Oh,
Mozart.
that was a really nice panel though. I've only seen 2 episodes of Smallville.
Is it the Justice Society special?
No, it was the one with Booster Gold and Jaime, of course, Blue Beetle.
Of course.
But I don't remember the title of it, but it was a noir episode. Like it was completely in black and white. And I think it followed Jimmy Olsen. I'm not sure. It was a long, long time ago. But
That sounds like
presentation.
something they would do.
Like the whole presentation, it was following like the events, like a secondhand thing, trying to understand like Clark or something like that, whatever his name was at that point in the show. I don't know, but I was just on a huge noir kick and I saw that. But just seeing Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum together and just chatting it up, it was. I don't have a personal attachment, but I could just feel like the love there.
Yeah.
It's so weird that I'm like, you're looking at Lex Luthor, but I just hear the Flash. I can't kick it out of my head. The Justice League, that cartoon is perfection in my eyes, and it's just, and it's still, I laugh so hard every time when I rewatch it every now and every few years. It's that scene where Lex Luthor brainwashes stuff, gets into the Flash's head and flips the thing up and goes, I have no idea who this is. It's him being Lex Luthor, voicing the Flash, not knowing who the Flash is. I'm like, that's 17 layers of awesome.
I love that bit so much. But generally speaking, I think knowing that this year was just not going to be as big as last year, I still mostly enjoyed like the live stream. I think honestly, what most people are complaining about is, let's be honest, everyone was just there to watch the Batman trailer. So
Yeah.
and not everyone realized that because that was like the most anticipated item, that they were going to do it last. So, and also unlike last year, they didn't give us a schedule. They just kind of made you sit there and watch the whole thing. Fortunately, if you're watching on the replay, they do give you timestamps, so you can like go back and pick out specific panels.
Yeah, if you want to check out the little preview of DC Pets, just be ready to click that timestamp. I'm telling you, you want to see DC and The Rock and Kevin Hart when he's talking about how the hierarchy of the DC universe is going to change. He's talking about being Crypto the Super Dog.
I wanted
the bitch is back.
Just there's gonna be some point when at the end of the Super Pets video that Black Adam's gonna come in and give a rock bottom to Crypto and be like, it's time for Black Adam.
The upside of it is that like the big things that they did show, I think they were definitely well warranted. And the best thing, I think I mentioned this before in our DC Defined episode, but just the best thing about DC is just the variety.
Oh, agreed.
Like it's absolutely insane to me that in this presentation we had Peacemaker and we had The Flash and Black Adam. Like those are so disparately different.
And not only that, but Ava DuVernay is working on two separate DC projects. One of them is an HBO Max original called DMZ, which is based on an old Vertigo title. And the other, she's doing Naomi for the CW. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely makes up for the fact that we're not getting that New Gods movie with her and Tom King.
Yeah, I know. I'm still sad about that. But the very first thing that they showed us was that first look at Black Adam. You know, they gave us a little behind the scenes, just kind of showing the different emblems for all the heroes. And then they gave a little tease of The Rock as the titular villain / anti-hero. Brock, I want to ask you first what you thought of the whole panel, but specifically that teaser.
I really like the whole panel. I didn't quite catch every little bit in Bob because I've been feeling kind of crappy the last few days. But the little bit of it that we saw, I liked. Keep in mind, everyone here, The Rock has evolved into Boulder. Let's just keep that in mind. And that, you know how normally when they have these superhero suits that they have muscle padding?
Yep.
The Rock got too big. They were talking about this in an interview with like the costume designers and stuff. The Rock got too big for the other suit. So they eventually made another one that would just overlay over him, and there's no muscle padding.
Oh my god.
So that The Rock is Black Adam.
Yep.
That's just an overlay over Boulder. I'm just like, I'm glad you eat 19,000 calories a day because I just. But yeah,
Oh my god.
I was really expecting him to take the
hood off.
Hood off at some point. Didn't quite get the purpose of not showing it because he's not going to be like wearing some cool mask or something, unless they didn't feel like doing special effects on his eyes or something. But yeah, he looks intimidating. I don't know what else to say. We got to hear Shazam, and then poof, we didn't even get to hear him speak, if I'm not mistaken.
Am I the only one who, and I swear to God, it's not because I'm on a huge kick of it. Am I the only one who kind of got Kratos vibes off of him?
Oh, he's there. He's about bigger than Kratos, so.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like, especially with the hood and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he's a big old boy.
Like the animatics or what were they?
The concept art.
Yeah, the
animatics.
concept art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that one concept art of him in like
Kondak.
yeah, that's the one that really gives you the Kratos vibes.
Yeah. Which makes me love it all the more.
What did you say when you saw Pierce Brosnan? Because I remember.
Oh my god!
Because Crystal has been huge on Young Justice ever since we finished up with the Fandome, or no, with the Defined.
Yeah.
So you know, she already likes the character of Dr. Fate, and then it felt terrible for her because her only other exposure, she hasn't seen the Bond movies yet, but her only other exposure was Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
Yikes.
so when Josh is telling me
Wait. You haven't seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Wait, you're telling me? Oh my god!
Josh, that intervention needs to happen immediately.
We're hearing that come November.
Good.
Good.
But no, yeah, when Josh is telling me like, oh yeah, and they cast that dude as Dr. Fate, I'm like, who the fuck is that? He's like, well, he's the James Bond, he's a king from Cinderella. I'm like, ew, and he's like, no, it's actually really good. I'm like, and then I see him with the goats. Oh my god, that works.
And then when he's holding the helmet,
yes, it works so well.
The only thing that I will admit that I love what I'm seeing, that little teaser, just seeing him just burninate that one person.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm really skeptical on is Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
I understand the reservations. One, because Noah is just, I'm sorry, he's just not it. He's just not it. Thankfully though, he's not like the lead in this film, so
okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like the whole film is like on his shoulders. But the one that I'm the most excited about is Aldous Hodge as Hawkman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one casting I was like the most excited about, outside of obviously Dwayne Johnson.
Well, we've known about Dwayne Johnson being Black Adam since before I was born, so that was kind of just the thing where it's like, that was before like they had freaking Man of Steel. That was just nuts to me how long this has been in the works.
Yeah,
But,
he's been cast since like 2007 or 2008.
Oh my god.
That's 13 years. At that rate, 14 going on 15.
Yeah,
It's just been cast as it.
As old as my sister.
Yeah. And the one for me where I was like, there's like, you keep thinking of like the actors that have been in superhero movies already. And then I was with my buddy when we were looking at the casting for the other one, and my brain about became unscrewed when I heard Pierce Brosnan, of all people, was like, yeah, I'll be in the movie. I'm like, who is he? What?
Like it just
it works.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
When I first heard that casting choice, I was like, holy shit, that is spot on.
It's so much better than I could have thought of.
I don't know who I would have picked, but absolutely.
In all honesty, I would have picked Timothy Dalton, but he's already Chief.
That's
so
true.
Like, it works. It's so.
I just want one more for conduct for conduct and fate. No, for me.
My only hope with this movie, is that this isn't just a Rock vehicle, and I don't think it will be, because every time you see him talk about Black Adam, he's just so enthusiastic for it, more than any other role, any other movie that you've ever seen him in. Like he talks about this as just that dream project.
Mm-hmm.
And I seriously hope that it's not like Jungle Cruise, or it's not like any of his other action vehicles where he has to like crack jokes or anything. I really hope we get to see just how good of an actor he can really be.
I want like The Rock when he was in Faster. Almost no one has seen Faster. But it was one of the few movies where he almost never cracked any jokes. He was always solemn and serious. He was acting in this. I just want to see the personality you expect out of someone when you looked at Dwayne Johnson versus the person you know who Dwayne Johnson is.
Yeah.
Just so our younger viewers get a little more context. Before Dwayne Johnson was like the hero on the big screen, as a wrestler, he was a heel.
He was very good at it.
Yeah. So that's one reason why I don't think this movie is going to have like the problem
Yeah.
that a lot of his other mainstream movies have.
No.
And but let's say just hypothetically he is considered like a hero or at least an anti-hero. That's honestly fine with me because some of the best Black Adam stories in the comics, the one that I usually go back to is the weekly series 52. Are some of the best some of the best stories that he's involved with. And I think if they go with like if they go in that direction for this movie, then I think we've got a winner on our hands.
Just want to clarify, I'm not that young, okay? I can still smell what The Rock is cooking, okay?
That's good.
Back in the day when he was telling Triple H that he shampooed he washed his hair with shampoo and monkey turds.
Oh my god.
And he had to, though. That was the worst part about it. The Rock is really good at adapting to situations because originally he was on the chopping block for shit as Rocky Maivia, the smiley good guy. And then he got chants from crowds at wrestling events of die, Rocky, die, because they hated him being a cheerful bastard. So then he became The Rock to alleviate that.
Oh, wow.
Go look some of that stuff up. It was not easy going for him at first.
Dang.
Well, if you would have saw what he's presented as his first, you wouldn't blame people for not liking it.
I will definitely have to look that up later.
Oh, yeah.
But one DC property that had very easy going was Aquaman, the only DCEU film to crack $1 billion at the box office. And while we didn't get like raw footage or anything, we got to see a couple behind the scenes concept art, little bit of B-roll. Josh, thoughts on some of these Aquaman stills and images?
I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room in a really funny way. I counted like 3 seconds of footage that you saw Amber Heard. I just there's nothing I could say about that. Just
the footage they couldn't edit her out of.
It genuinely reminds me of the West Side Story teaser trailer where they did their best to not show Ansel Elgort. But like, aside from that, and I say this as someone that genuinely liked her in Aquaman, so I'm playing devil's advocate here. Everything that I'm seeing about Aquaman 2, I love. I just like with the Dwayne Johnson, hearing Jason Momoa just kind of talking about it's been like 4 years since we've been back here. It really sets in like, oh my god, because he is Aquaman.
Though,
Yep.
I really am starting to get tired of like the whole behind the scenes like sneak peek trailer. I'm really starting to get tired of that trope where there's nothing like this out there. Like nobody. Yeah, I'm getting really sick and tired of that.
It's not that there was nothing like this out there. You released this already.
You just talked about coming back to this location.
Like you can talk about it's been really emotional coming back. Like I feel it, and yeah, Jason Momoa throws himself into this role just so well. Hearing James Wan talk about how excited he is to like take it to like even weirder places, especially after Malignant.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like him talking about how this is going to be even more colorful. I'm thinking, how can you go even more colorful than the first movie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a little skeptical about that just because they changed the fucking suit.
Well, no, like that suit is apparently a stealth suit.
Oh, okay.
I found out because we saw the suit that Jason Momoa has as Aquaman. He has like a slim black suit, and I was just thinking, oh no, don't take away the color, you cowards! But then I saw like later on that day they had another still of him in the gold suit and the trunks, and I was like, okay, James Wan, you're still the best.
There is a common trope in superhero movies where, you know, the hero will get like 75 new costumes, and most of the time they only do that so
Toys.
yeah.
Toys. Yeah.
But
Arctic Strike Batman.
I like the new stealth suit. At least it looks better seeing it a little bit in motion as opposed to just the still image.
Yeah. Seeing it in motion really eased me. And plus, there's Patrick Wilson. That is that is a very attractive man. I mean, I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong at all.
I just love it.
Just seeing him and Jason Momoa run through the beach at sunset, Rocky 3 style, and he's shirtless, and Momoa's hair flowing. It's just.
Which, quick side note, has anybody else seen like the Burberry hero commercial with Adam Driver running with a horse?
Oh yeah.
I have not. I'll have to look that up afterwards.
Oh, it's the best. I don't know who thought to put Adam Driver in one of those cheesy, stupid cologne commercials, but I fucking love it.
He just morphs into a horse, man. But yeah, by panic aside, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom looks pretty. We haven't seen actual footage yet, but from on the surface, look, I think we're gonna get something really, really cool.
Yeah. One more thing before we move on to the Flash teaser. Black Manta's suit. I've been having a problem recently with helmets translated into live action. And granted, I know these are on TV budgets, but like, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Red Hood's helmet on Titans.
Oh God, yeah.
The sad part is that Jensen Ackles cosplaying Red Hood looked better than the HBO.
Oh no, totally. The other helmet I wasn't really a fan of was and granted, I love the rest of the costume, Batwing on Batwoman. The costume is great, but the helmet, everyone's comparing it to Optimus Prime.
No, I see it.
They're not.
But that just makes me appreciate just how perfect Black Manta looks in live action.
Yeah.
Like on the page, he has one of the doofiest looking costumes, and yet somehow James Wan and the costume department found a way to make it like practical.
Well, it's like ever since in the last movie that they made the Aquaman suit doable, and then like James Gunn pulled off fucking Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing's off the table anymore.
And
exactly.
Peacemaker, just getting that suit to look good too.
I mean, I still make fun of Black Manta for looking like a Power Ranger villain, but it works. It works.
Like you know, if they tried Black
Anything
Manta.
else?
Like if they tried Black Manta, I'm thinking about that horrible time period in the 2000s where they were embarrassed to do big, broad, like comic booky concepts, like the Jack Kirby style kind of insanity, and they make stuff like Galactus a cloud.
Oh,
My
God.
thought is if they tried to do Black Manta back then, he would look like the stealth suit, like the ninja suits that the vampires wore in Blade 2.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So to anybody who's watching superhero films and are like, it looks a little too goofy, you have no idea how much worse it could have been.
I mean, just think of what we're getting with Eternals.
That is a thing for another time, but
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too.
Hey, everyone, for kicks and giggles, go look up footage if you can find it of the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie.
It is.
That's a treat. You want to see some corny shit.
Best worst movie ever.
Or just even as recent as fucking Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Galactus, not even Galactus.
Parallax.
Parallax. He was a fart bug. What is the fascination where if it's bigger than a 2-story building, it has to be a cloud?
Which, I gotta say, when I was editing my DC Defined video, I actually finally watched clips from Green Lantern because I was told it was so bad. Literally, the worst thing that I could think of while watching it, well, there's two bad things. One, I'm sorry, Taika Waititi can just not do an American accent.
I forgot he was in that movie until they brought it up in Free Guy.
But it was that. But honestly, it's kind of good from what I saw. Like, the writing isn't awful, and I could actually feel Ryan Reynolds trying to play it serious.
He is trying. It's just that there's points where Hal Jordan is portrayed as a ladies' man. I wasn't a huge fan of that. But I will tell you, the best thing that movie ever did was cast Michael Clark Duncan as Kilowog.
Yeah.
Can't get better than that.
That is the definition of spot on. And Sinestro.
Oh, Mark Strong.
Mark Strong. Oh my!
Yeah.
That was another one where I'm like, I don't know who they're gonna cast. Mark Strong, fucking perfect.
I remember watching that.
So moving on, we've got the Flash teaser, which
Hey, did you know? Did you know that Michael Keaton's back?
everything about how little they showed of the Flash was I only know this because I was watching a bit of the John Campea show earlier where he mentioned that they gave us more information about the Flash last year than they did this year. And I understand, like, it's still in production. And I think they just wrapped filming like yesterday or today.
Nice.
But really all they had to show us was this teaser, which, okay, for a teaser, it's not bad. No. I like the look of the costume.
Yep.
I do like Michael Keaton's voiceover. And I think it's kind of cool how the the alternate Barry Allen is wearing a makeshift Flash suit with like a repurposed bat suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
But other than that, there's really not that much to chew on.
Now, can you I have to ask, because it's been biting at me. All these people are talking about how we never got to see Uncle Ben get shot again in in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. We still have a chance. They're not done. Do you think they'd have the balls to show Michael Keaton in the alleyway and watch Bruce Wayne get shot just so they could show him in the alleyway scene?
Oh God, that's a good question.
Can you even imagine the fucking IMDb trivia question off of that? Who's the only Batman to be in the alley on both ends of the gunshot?
I thought you were gonna say, like, wouldn't it be wild if the movie was done in a Groundhog's Day style, where Barry's forced to see his mom die?
Ooh,
That would be kind of nuts. They're going to do a surreal. I believe you were even on the Twitter exchange with me when the people were like, all these people, they haven't done a fucking Groundhog Day yet, even though they just did it in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It was you. But yeah, man, that'd be something else. Like he keeps repeatedly trying to save her until he goes all the way back. That could be cool. But I like
what we saw.
It's cool.
This makes me more excited because my only other Andy Muschietti movie I've seen was It Chapter 1. I haven't seen Chapter 2 yet.
Chapter 2 is pretty good.
But
I like Chapter 2 a lot.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just even more excited because I really wanted to see what Henry Braham would bring to the table when filming The Flash. And I don't know if the aspect ratio is going to change because they literally lifted some of this footage from production. But I love how gothic they make they intentionally try to make the Michael Keaton stuff look. And just, I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for silhouettes, and just
Yes.
my inner child was just screaming when you just hear the steps and then you just see the ears and they reveal him.
His stiff ass non-neck.
But it's so good though.
They need to bring that up. Oh my goodness, do they need to bring that up?
Knowing Ezra, I'm pretty sure
That doesn't look
like
very
that'll
comfortable.
be a line that he like improvises.
Like Robert Pattinson, they were talking about in his test before we get to that, was that he had to wear everybody that screen tests for Batman now somehow ends up wearing Val Kilmer's suit. Like, if noticed that Christian Bale had to do it, now he had to do it. But they're like, it's a 2-inch suit and like you can't move. They just
That's because that's my hot take for this. Of those bat suits from the 80s to the 90s, Val Kilmer's is perfect.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
That is peak comic design.
It's great. Absolutely love it. I could have done without the button nipple shots in the armor up scenes, but besides that,
Yeah, we gotta have a little something for the.
yeah.
Josh, I am a lady and I don't want it.
But anyway, the weird thing is, I knew Michael Keaton was in this movie. I've been aware of that. I knew he was going to be Batman in this movie. But just the trailer starts and you hear him start talking, and somehow my brain was like, oh, it's Batman. Like, somehow my brain auto forgot. And I was still just that excited. I'm like, Michael Keaton's fucking talking as Batman.
That's the power of cinema, man.
And can you imagine how unbearable he was on set? Like, Tom Holland talked about when they were filming with him that he irritated the ever-living shit out of everybody because he just wanted to do whatever he was, and his excuse was the fact that he's Batman. He said that on a Marvel set repeatable times. Can you imagine what he was like when he was back as Batman in DC?
He just comes back, he's like, I'm home.
One thing I really want to see, and this is something that Andy Muschietti's wife brought up. She got to see one day Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton like in their costumes, like side by side. I don't think the internet can handle that.
People are they're talking about, like, in the next trailer for No Way Home, as of this recording, Eternals is coming out real soon, so we may get that trailer soon, but they're talking about having all 3 Spider-Men on screen for the end of that trailer, seeing Toby and Andrew. I'm just saying, as awesome as that is going to be, I will literally scream in the theater if I see Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. And I'm not even a big Ben Affleck Batman. I'm not a diehard fan of Ben Affleck's Batman, but I appreciate it a lot. So if I see those two together, I'm going to lose it.
Oh, I am too. The thing I'm going to lose it for, and I'm not going to say what it is unless I could get clarification. Crystal, do you know what happens at the end of Flashpoint, or have you seen the animated cartoon, animated film?
Oh my god, are you talking about that moment?
I'm talking about the letter.
I know what you're about to say.
No, I haven't watched.
Would you be okay if I say it?
Go ahead.
So, I'm a big sucker for again, parents, things like that. Obviously, Flash makes it back. He corrects his mistake and all this. And then he talks a lot with Thomas Wayne during the movie about like what his son was like, stuff like that. And he never got to see, obviously, Bruce growing up. And Bruce obviously never got to see Thomas growing up. So when he goes back and he's explaining all this to Batman about what happened, he's like, oh, I almost forgot something. And he hands him a letter. And it's a handwritten letter from Thomas to Bruce, just having a heartfelt wishes he would have got to know him, proud of him speech. And Batman like starts crying and just gets over emotional and says, you're one hell of a messenger, Barry. And then Barry just runs off. I will lose it in that fucking theater if they have that scene. We'll straight up have an out of body experience.
They'll probably do something similar, but not quite the same.
Oh, it'd be so good. But again, they won't have certain stuff like,
Of course,
oh no, that's an Injustice. I was thinking of Injustice when Batman freaking zap fries Billy Batson's freaking brain back through the back of his head.
Christ.
Oh my god.
Okay. I know we have another announcement to get to, but am I the only one that found it very weird they kept a segment talking about Injustice when the movie leaked?
It was kind of weird. They're trying to act like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, check out this exclusive clip from Injustice, the animated movie, coming soon. And I'm thinking, wait, didn't this already come out? Didn't it leak? Why did you keep this? I'm pretty sure Ed Boon wouldn't have minded that you took away that, or at least uploaded that interview separately.
Yeah. It's gotten to this point where I don't even know if Ed is and he's saying it. It's just weird. It's like the comics have been out for forever. It got leaked. I'm just like,
and I'll say this before we move on, but I hate that Joker voice. I absolutely hate it.
Man.
Who is voicing the Joker in Injustice? I
don't even know if it's the guy from the game because it doesn't sound like it.
It's none of the cast from the games are reprising their roles, which I think is probably one reason why reviews have not been good.
Like they didn't even get Conroy.
They didn't even get Tara Strong for Harley Quinn. I mean, I'm not complaining. I love Jillian Jacobs. I mean, who doesn't love Britta?
No, but it's like it gets to a point of where someone writes a Batman animated script or a Harley and they just appear in the room.
So Joker in this is voiced by Kevin Pollak.
Really?
Yeah, kind of a random choice.
It is.
If it were up to me, I would have cast like Troy Baker at the very least.
If it was up to me, I'd bring back John DiMaggio.
Oh, yes.
If it was up to me.
Would you really say it's worse than the Young Justice voice?
No, yes.
Yes? Really?
Because Young Justice's problem with Brett Spiner is just he wasn't light enough, if that makes sense. He plays him like somebody trying to do their best Heath Ledger impression.
Yeah.
Spiner. I don't think Spiner was like given enough material to really cook that performance.
The Joker wasn't just great in that episode, period, if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, yeah, that was garbage. That was the worst part of season 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, Kevin Pollak, he's unnaturally gravelly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they recorded him while he had like marbles in his throat.
Yeah, it was weird.
Isn't he playing like Thor in God of War Ragnarok?
Good question.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's see the next thing. What was the next thing that happened in fandom?
Next, we have the milestone announcement. They talked a little bit about well, they were just talking about milestone in general, how great it is to be back, how people have been really enjoying the new comics. I haven't gotten around to reading any of them yet, but like seeing all the positive reviews for the new Static book,
Oh yeah,
is it just warms my heart. And of course, like hearing some of their influences, like they've brought this character to the modern age, even incorporating a little bit of anime influence with the art. I think that's pretty cool. But their big announcement was that they're doing a milestone animated movie. They didn't give us much except they announced the writer, Brandon Thomas, and that's honestly all we have to work with. Josh, have you gotten a chance to read any of the milestone books?
not yet. My only exposure to Static is from the cartoon, admittingly, but
Same.
I definitely the panel made me want to start reading them. Just again, the passion that everybody has for these characters, it just makes me so. I don't know. There's just an infectious love when you get the creators, the writers of the comics on there, just to shoot the shit and talk.
Same. I think they also said a lot of the older books will be reprinted in omnibuses.
Nice. That makes me happy. I want to read more Dwayne McDuffie.
Same. If any of these are available by Christmas time, I will definitely add them to my list, because Milestone is an important piece of, well, not just DC's history, but comics in general. This is like the largest black owned comic book imprint.
Wow.
So that's a big deal.
Nice.
And then there was that thing that they added for what's it, the Milestone Initiative or something?
Yeah.
So it's basically, they wanted to do, for any listeners out there who are curious, they're going to start this fellowship, I think, where they can help people of color, young artists break into the comics industry by doing workshops for them and helping them get connections in the comics industry in DC, which, hearing that, made me unbelievably happy. And I'll admit, I may want to, if they'd allow me, I'd like to try it out.
Yeah.
I could be the Hispanic Neil Gaiman. I'm just not as lyrical.
Josh, what are you talking about? Don't you know your wife?
We're not bringing that up right now.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, Brock, you don't. Were you a part of that?
I'm trying to remember if I was a part of that or not. My brain's clicking. I'm not sure.
Trust me, if you hear it, your brain will click even harder.
Oh no. God.
But it's like just the fact that they're trying to like move forward with all this and bringing old titles back, reviving old titles, and trying to help people in that position to break out with them, just creating even more diversity. It was honestly really beautiful to listen to.
Yeah. I think I'm just a big fan of to quote La La Land, people love what others are passionate about. And I think that's why I enjoyed this panel, because it was just it was fun to hear them talk about how much these characters mean to people, how much Dwayne McDuffie meant to the world of comics and animation, and just to celebrate the history of these characters it was something special.
Yeah.
Brock, before we move on to the video game trailers, got anything else to add?
Outside of, again, like you guys basically said everything I was going to say. I think it'd be awesome that they're having this because it's like I've always said, DC has so much stuff that they don't do, and it's just that it needs to be out in the open for people to read, like me. I want to look into some of this stuff. My only like go into Static again is from any of the DC cartoons that he was in. So. And then Icon and Rocket are from Milestone too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so it's like I got them from Injustice and it's like not Injustice, Young Justice, sorry. But yeah, they got some cool stuff there. You just gotta get it to the surface and let people know. And like that initiative Josh was talking about is awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna combine these next two. We've got like cinematic trailers for 2 upcoming video games: Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, and Gotham Knights. Brock, I'm going to start with you. Your thoughts on these 2 trailers?
I was very skeptical about this kill this Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League thing because I was sure I was like, they picked some characters. I don't know how this is going to turn out, and it's just like whatever. But I'm completely sold on it now. Like with the goof style that they're going with, like they have even a differently goofy King Shark. And like that scene where they're shocking the freaking penguin at the end repeatedly, of just like if there's going to be stuff like that throughout the entire game, please. I'm still gonna have a little bit of skepticism in me until I get to see gameplay, because I have to be at a point where I'm supposed to believe that I can win a fight with the Flash, with King Shark, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and Dicker Harkness. Oh, no, that's not Dicker Harkness. That's the other one.
That's his son, I think.
Yeah, because he's got some Speed Force abilities, right? Or
Yeah.
speed abilities. I can't think of what the guy's name is.
Something like that, yeah.
But it's like, I just like, what gameplay is going to make us do this? But it's like, I get it. It looks cool. I'm quite happy about that. The Penguin getting all sorts of love, including this, the Batman, Court of Owls, everything. And like, you got to see very like, it's the gist. Like all of the Justice League is going to be there. I thought it might just be the main 3. You got basically everybody in there, and there might even be even more with DLCs and stuff like that. Rocksteady always rolls out a big train of DLC, so that'll be cool. I'm excited. I'm waiting to see if it's linear or if it's open world or what it all is. Just quite excited. I just want the damn game to be here because I haven't had any Rocksteady in my life in quite a long time, and I'd like to. Court of Owls just... our Gotham Knights just looks awesome. Like the whole thing with Penguin talking over Nightwing about everything and how they're still in the cases of not believing in the court. So it's their origin story kind of, and it seems like it's going to be the overarching. I still have to explain to people. They're like, I don't get why there's a Batman group named the Court of Owls. I'm like, do you know what owls are natural predators of? At all? Do you pay attention to nature? No? Okay. But yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on. I still fucking hate that Batgirl costume.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they went for the I can't remember who designed it, but it was a run that was rather recently in the last few years that looks just like that, but it looks like a leather strap over jacket type deal.
It's
and I really liked it then.
I don't think it's Kelly Sue DeConnick, I think. Is it?
I can't remember.
Hold on, I got it.
It looks go ahead.
I believe I'm trying to find the writer.
Because then they also gave Jessica Drew a very similar costume as Spider-Woman, and I like that one as well.
Is it the run by Hope Larson?
Yeah, it's whatever one where she's basically wearing that same type of suit, except it's got a cowl, and it's the one where she's taking the selfies and stuff like that. And they made that really awkward. That costume was awesome. This looks like they tried to make that into a battle suit, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I used to not be so hip on the Red Hood one, but I've gotten a little bit more used to it. I'm okay with it. The other two just look great. It's kind of hard to make Dick Grayson look bad with a costume. Like even Disco Nightwing still looked kind of cool.
There's a Disco Nightwing?
Oh yeah, dude. That was great. The freaking flayed out tips and the big ass yellow. Oh, it was dumb as shit, but he still looked good. Dick Grayson, well, that's an attractive man right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just going back to that Starfire comic where she's just screaming, "I need Dick." I just but yeah, I'm excited, and the only thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it loud, and I'm going to say it now, DC, I swear to Christ, if the first bit of DLC, if you add characters in here, is not Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, I'm a fucking riot.
They have to. They like
because if I do not get a Batman game where I get to play as Cassandra Cain, I'm going to be one very upset person. I've never had it.
If there's any game they were going to add Cassandra Cain, this has to be the one.
Gotta be it.
Has to.
That would be amazing if, like, the next trailer that they show, they have gameplay and everything, and they reveal like there's a fourth Bat family member, and you just it's going up. You see the cape and everything, and you see the ears, and you're just thinking, well, it's not Batman. And then the character turns around, you just see a full cowl, completely black.
Oh yeah.
Just end it on that. People will be like, wait, who's that? If they don't know, but people who do know are gonna go, oh my God, Cassandra Cain.
Oh, damn right.
I don't think she's been in anything media related aside from the comics, right?
If she's been in a Batman game, I forgot about it.
Like that.
She might have been one of the old N64. No, they wouldn't even have been out by.
She wasn't in the GameCube games.
I don't think she has been. Stephanie Brown sure as hell hasn't. She deserves a lot more.
She
and
does.
Like you could get Harper Row in there, all sorts. Just the world is your oyster. This is one of the things where if you're going to make DLC characters, this is the perfect time to do it. Do it and make them fucking unlockable. Not buy them, make them unlockable. I would love to have old games again at some point in my life.
Please. The only thing I'll say, because Gotham Knights, I'm sold on it. That looks fun, and if we can do local multiplayer,
that'd be awesome.
Bristol.
Oh yeah.
But all I'll say about Kill the Justice League, all I want from this, and it may not be the thing that I think everybody would want from it, but the trailer kind of eased me. I just want to know if it's a third-person shooter or not. And likewise, all I've wanted from a Suicide Squad game is just the kind of irreverent insanity that comes with Borderlands 2.
I was going to say either that or like Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Just something that's self-aware and knows that it's wild. But I'll say this, Rocksteady, like, I remember hearing this might be a live service thing. Like they wanted to do something. Did I imagine that when they were announcing it last year at Fandom that they wanted to do it like a live service game?
They might have said something.
I don't like that's the thing. That's been said in whatever by people, but I can never see any. And again, like anyone want to send it my direction, fine. I'm just can't find it anywhere.
Cause I don't want this game to be like Destiny 2, and I like Destiny 2, but this isn't the game to do that.
No.
Just like, in my opinion, Avengers wasn't the game to do that. Just let them have fun. If you want to do something like that, bring back Gotham City Imposters.
I forget about that game every now and then.
That was a memory unlock right there. But yeah, Kill the Justice League looks fun. I want some gameplay. Gotham Knights, give us Cassandra Cain, damn it.
Damn right.
All that needs to be said.
Orphan, Black Bat, I don't care what she is, just do it.
So speaking of that, that wacky no holds bar humor, we got a Peacemaker teaser.
Do you want to taste me? Oh, from the second that music hit, I was fucking sold. John Cena hugs a fucking bald eagle and drives with it in the fucking passenger seat. It's his Captain America on steroids, and I love it.
What was your reaction, Crystal?
I was
full on.
I was really, really shocked with the direction that they're taking this because, I figured it was going to be like, silly and gruesome and crazy, but like not like a man finding himself kind of journey. Because that's where I think it's going, and I am all for it.
It's weird.
The one thing I wasn't expecting though is Vigilante. Yeah. I mean, we knew that he was going to be in the show, but I was not expecting him to be like the goofy sidekick.
Somehow John Cena is playing straight man to Vigilante.
Just the Kmart Deadpool. I think it's okay to say that just a little bit.
It's weird. And the worst part is how, and I don't know how they pulled this off. Somehow this costume, and I got to make sure I say this correctly, looks worse than the DC one, and yet that somehow makes it than the CW one, but then it somehow makes it look better because of that.
Wait,
they look like they purposely made Vigilante look cheap.
Oh.
And I appreciate that.
I was about to say, like, wait, there's a Peacemaker on the CW? How would they not do that? But I remember Vigilante on the CW. It is...
It's a hard costume to pull off, but
yes,
I think this is the right this is the right place to use that character. And fun fact, the actor who's playing him on the show, Freddie Stroma, is actually not the first choice for that character. I think I can't remember who was playing him before him, but there was another actor cast in that role, and he left because of creative differences. So I'm kind of wondering, I'm kind of wondering if the silliness of the character is one of those differences.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised, because I'll admit I don't know much about Vigilante, but I think the only thing I've ever seen the character Vigilante in was in Justice League Unlimited. Just those little bits. So having him come out and he's just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like it threw me completely for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's interesting though, because I remembered hearing about that casting change up, and I completely forgot which character it was going to be.
But on the whole, I do kind of like the silly, almost Looney Tunes vibe of this show, and I think that's the right decision, because Peacemaker costume and everything is a very silly character.
Yeah, you should look up the can't think of his name, but Valorant Comics, and they did a thing deep diving on Peacemaker's origins and how stupid that helmet can be.
Oh God.
And man, it's something. If they dive into the stuff that was in that, I don't know, but it's like, it's just, you could see that this was kind of like John Cena is so damn happy that he gets to be this character.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he'd do it as long as they want him to, honestly.
Probably.
on my end, like the only image I had of Peacemaker before the Suicide Squad was actually from the Blue Beetle comics,
Oh, nice.
Because in the Blue Beetle comics, like I pointed out in my video, it was a very nice throwback to the Charleston origins. Just having him interact and kind of be a little bit of a mentor figure for Jaime Reyes, which
Yeah.
with what we know of Peacemaker as we see him on the screen, that sounds horrifying. And they don't shy away from the fact that Christopher Smith had a sketchy past.
Yeah.
But when you see him, he looks like a biker dude. He basically looks like Dave Bautista with hair.
So, except he somehow is a badass biker dude, and then subsequently also trailer trash.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Can't get over. Like the entire thing. That whole trailer's great, but I can't get over the fact that that fucking eagle's hugging him. He's like, "Dad, grab my phone. I don't want to move." Dad.
If you had to get anybody to play Christopher Smith's dad, Robert Patrick, I mean, come on.
It's perfect.
The only other choice I would have accepted is if somehow James Gunn finagled Sylvester Stallone to be a different role entirely.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it just that whole thing is just casted perfect. James knew exactly what he wanted to do. Exactly.
Just as a reminder to those who maybe forgot, James Gunn wrote the entire Peacemaker series during lockdown, and he did it just because he was bored. He was bored. Everything was shut down, and he's a creative guy, so he's like, I'm gonna write a series.
Yep.
And then he has directed 6 of the 9 or 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Jody Hill is directing, I think 2 of them. I'm not sure. He's known for doing Eastbound and Down, and I believe I think he's known for directing Eastbound and Down, and I believe the entire second season, or that might have been David Gordon Green, I don't know. Just one of the seasons of Vice Principals.
Oh, nice.
Jody Hill is directing 1, and then Rosemary Rodriguez is doing the other one.
And also keep in mind now that since James has done this, that he's gone out of his way to saying that he would almost prefer shooting TV shows now versus movies.
That's the thing that kind of fascinates me about this. And even in like the little behind the scenes clip before the trailer, like we saw John Cena being like, "Oh yeah, it's like pretty much every day we were shooting, James Gunn kept running around saying, I can't believe they're letting us film this stuff."
You could get away with a lot more. I bet that's why.
Yeah, and because this is an HBO Max original, like they're not bound to like standards and practices like most network shows.
I have a feeling this is going to turn out really well, and James Gunn is going to get handed the world on a silver platter by freaking HBO and Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, no. Last thing I'll say before we move on to our 2 spotlights, it's just really cool how James Gunn has had the ability to kind of go back and forth freely from like between Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
He's in that regard, he's almost the cinematic version of Jack Kirby, where he kind of bounced between the 2 companies.
Mm-hmm.
God, doesn't that feel weird to compare James Gunn and Jack Kirby?
I know that is a weird comparison, but it's the only one that makes sense.
Apt.
It is, and it's one of those things where it's like crazy. Someone was allowed to go to both parents' Christmases, and the world didn't explode. It's like they can share their kids. It's kind of nice,
right?
On that note, I'm just saying, DC, Warner Brothers, if you're listening, do a Question movie with Shane Black. Complete it.
Oh yes, I have needed a live action Question something.
I just know that if it's a TV show, I could get who I want, but I could not get who I wanted if they made a movie. Because I want Misha Collins as the Question.
Ooh.
I think he'd be really good.
Fuck.
I think he'd be
that is good.
really fucking good is the question.
So we move on now to, I'm combining these two just for the sake of time. We got spotlights and a little bit of concept art for Blue Beetle and Batgirl, 2 movies that will be premiering exclusively on HBO Max. Josh, I will let you have the floor because Blue Beetle.
That's right. If you're watching, I can't not show off my print of the first volume of the Blue Beetle 2006 run by Keith Geffen, John Rogers, and Cully Hamner. First off, if you're at a point where you were watching DC Fandome and you were like, who the hell is Blue Beetle? Why are they talking about this character? I'm just saying, if you wanna learn a little more, I'd recommend going to my YouTube channel where I do a full-on breakdown for Blue Beetle. It's very nice, if I do say so myself. I only made the thing.
Just gotta whore yourself out right there.
Exactly. Yes.
I've met this Josh guy. He's kind of all right.
Yeah. Josh is okay. He's kind of short, but got a nice haircut. But no, when I had a lot of trepidation, I'll admit, going into Blue Beetle right up to the announcement, because this is a character that's so near and dear to my heart. And maybe it's vanity, but this was the one character I always felt like it was realistic that I could make him into a movie, I'll admit. Because at the time, nobody was talking about Blue Beetle. Barely anybody, except for Young Justice, but even then, barely anybody saw Young Justice on Cartoon Network. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is my in. And I have a script, and I wrote it, and then I heard that they were making it, and I was like, well, shit. And then I hear that it's being done by Angel Manuel Soto, I believe is the name of the director. And I haven't seen a single thing of his. He's mostly known for doing some indie movies and one VR immersive short, which is odd. And then you had the screenwriter whose most recent movie was the remake of Miss Bala starring Gina Rodriguez. And that wasn't good.
I won't hold it against him, but
I won't hold it against him either, but even looking at his track record, his movies have been mixed. And I believe he's a credited screenwriter on the Scarface movie remake that's perpetually in pre-production.
The next remake.
So you have to understand, I'm hearing red flags all over. But then they cast Zolo Maridueña as Jaime Reyes, which for those who don't know, that's Miguel from Cobra Kai. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that, it's him. It's literally Jaime sprung from the pages right in real life. And the pictures that they used, he was excited too, because he was like, oh, I can let my facial hair grow out.
Though I believe it's pronounced Colo.
Colo, yeah. Yeah, so I'm sold on that casting, and I figured, all right, you know what? Even if all that fell through, I can at least say the perfect Jaime Reyes was picked. And seeing the fandom panel, it's clear you can see the enthusiasm bouncing off of all three of them. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that it's clearly going to be about Jaime, and in the concept art, they show Cord Industries, which makes me happy that they're at least honing in on the thing that makes Jaime so special, which is the legacy of the Blue Beetle and how he's unique amongst it. He's, his cultural identity is a part of being wrapped up in the Blue Beetle mythos. And just the little things that they talk about, like what makes Jaime so unique, and how they talked about, I think it was, I know he said something along the lines of, you have someone like Peter Parker, he gets bit by the spider and he gets these powers. His first instinct is to, hide it from his family. But for Jaime being in a Latino family, there's no secrets that are being kept in that family, in that little circle. So you're gonna tell them at some point. I was
Or
like,
it's gonna come out.
it's gonna come out. It was like, okay, they're getting that. They're getting that, and I love it. I love that they're honing in on those little things. If I hear news that they're casting Paco and Brenda, I only hope that it's going to be just as good. If they cast a really good Ted Kord, I mean, that's it. The only trepidation that I'm seeing now, though, is hearing from the writers, hearing from the director, hearing from Holo. Everything's good. But the one nitpick that I have, I didn't once hear El Paso being mentioned once. And that's the only thing that worries me a little bit, because I swear to God, if they set in LA or anywhere like that, New York, Gotham, that'll
crush us.
That'll crush us. That'll crush me in particular. And the concept art, maybe Jaime goes to a different place for Kord Industries, like in Brave and the Bold. But, even Brave and the Bold and Young Justice kept in El Paso. And people might be thinking, well, it's just a location. Why do you gotta... Well, what does it matter? And like I said, if you watch my video, you'll totally understand it. But El Paso is as much baked into Jaime as a character as it is a setting. It's as important to Jaime as Gotham is to Batman, or Metropolis is to Superman. Or El Paso is meant to be just it's a gateway into two different countries. And as such, it's a mixing of two different cultures. I say it in my video. It's a small town trying to be a big city. And seeing the cultural differences in El Paso walking around, you see the same thing with Jaime. He's at odds with his own culture, with his own personal life, as well as being a superhero, being literally thrust into an entire legacy that he just wasn't ready to be a part of, and just learning the ropes, learning how to mix those two sides of himself together. It's just as much him as it is his environment. And I feel like that's diluted, especially because El Paso, nobody talks about it outside of a few select things, namely a really bad tragedy that happened a couple years ago. But for the most part, when you see Latinos in media, they're portrayed as very much the same, almost all across the board. They look like they stepped off the set of Blood In, Blood Out. You usually see. Well, okay, I'm not gonna criticize a certain director out there, but for the most part, they have been criticized for portraying nothing but cultural stereotypes. I've ranted about his film on the home theater. But, you just see cholos and people, guys in wife beaters and all that. They have a heart of gold, and that's a part of our culture, but that's not just us. And if that's all that you see after a while, it really brings you down. And that's what makes Jaime so special, just how, in spite of how the world looks over him, he's still something unique. And that's El Paso. El Paso, nobody talks about it in Texas. They talk about Austin. They talk about Dallas, Corpus Christi, Houston. El Paso is just seen as the gateway to Mexico, and that's it.
Yeah, Mexico. El Paso is really... It's really in the middle of nowhere. And it's because it's too far west Texas to be part of Texas. It's not part of New Mexico, and it's not part of Arizona, and it's not part of Mexico. So we really are our own, contained area.
So, when you have something like Blue Beetle is kind of like that, where Blue Beetle's so far removed from everything else in DC to an extent. Let's face it, when's the last time you've seen Blue Beetle, Jaime, in a really big crossover? Aside from the one that he was introduced in. Barely anything. The most I've seen him included in broader DC stuff is Young Justice, or Injustice, but that's about it. But likewise, if you just stop and walk in El Paso, if you were to stop there, you'd find something magical. And that's exactly what it's like when you stop and read Blue Beetle's comics, except for the New 52. Please stay away from that. But, it's just
Rule in general.
a little ball of magic in a sea of magical creations. I call him in my video a legendary icon, an icon in a universe full of legendary icons. So,
and I'll be honest, it's gonna be El Paso is filled with a lot of very proud people.
yeah.
I mean, after the tragedy, our town slogan became El Paso Strong. And if you come down here, you'll see it everywhere. El Paso Strong on T-shirts, on bumper stickers. It's everywhere, and that's really become our slogan. And so if they take that away from us, I think it's going to strip a lot of, I wouldn't say our identity, but that's a big part here in El Paso. Like, I mean, not everybody's a DC fan. You're going to have people anywhere who don't really know comics at all. But ask people about ask people around here about our DC superhero. They're like, oh yeah, we have like, I don't know, some dude, but we know that people know that we have people who don't know DC at all know that we have a DC superhero.
Back when Rebirth was coming out with Blue Beetle, those comics sold out here.
Yeah.
This is the only place they were selling out, but it's still like something.
It's ours. Let it be ours. Don't take that away from us. And because I understand that there's a lot of controversy now with films being made in Texas because, Texas is crazy and we have a terrible, terrible governor. And people are scared to move businesses here, which I understand. And I completely understand. But at the same time, if you're going to make the movie outside of El Paso and you do have scenes in El Paso, do not make it some seedy dirt town. No, don't have it based off in some. Oh,
and for the love of
I'd
God,
be so upset.
And for the love of God, don't shoot Mexico like there's honey dripping on the camera lens.
I hate it.
I know we're going on way too long about this, and I'm very sorry about that, but
this is our home.
And this is very much us, I guess in a sense, us giving our blessing with Blue Beetle. Not that it was mine to begin with to give out. Though I will say, Warner Brothers, if you want anybody to write a sequel, but yeah, Blue Beetle just means that much to me, that much to us. He's my favorite fictional character of all time. So I'm going to be a little possessive of it. But as far as optimism goes, I really like how they're handling it so far. They seem to understand the heart behind Jaime Reyes. The concept art looks amazing, even if I'll admit it's a little bit too flashy with like the bright lights coming out of the suit, which is a choice, but I like the neon aesthetic of Cord Industries. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, Hollywood, please be respectful. And I hope that they reverse that decision to have it only be on HBO Max, because that also seems a little bit like a red flag, kind of.
Yeah, like they don't think it's gonna do well, so they're gonna put an Olaf short before it.
Jumping off that point, it is the optics of movies like Blue Beetle, Batgirl, which has a Latinx lead, Leslie Grace from In the Heights playing Barbara Gordon, and a Birds of Prey series ending up on HBO Max. It does kind of it doesn't really have a good look. Like, I know some people think like, well, these are minor characters, so HBO Max is like the minor league, while the heavy hitters are on the big screen, and that just doesn't seem fair. But to your point about El Paso, I think the one silver lining of them not mentioning it on this panel is that I don't think they gave Blue Beetle a home at all. They were talking more about the character and less about the specifics.
I know, but it's also like when you talk about Batman, you end up talking about Gotham at some point, you know?
That's true.
Well,
It's a part of his identity.
It is part of his identity, but and again, I do not know Blue Beetle that well, but they almost, in my opinion, more like Batman and Superman are two of the characters that are up there that if you just say the word Gotham or Metropolis, people get hard a little. And it's one of those things where if they're just trying to get people that don't know anything about something, that they say that and it goes there. I don't know if that was just one of the things that they didn't need to mention for people that are tuning in that aren't huge fans. I don't know if it was just one of those things where it's just going to be there, but they didn't feel it needed to be something that if they just said the words, people that don't know are going to go. I'm not saying that it's not important. It's just that it's like, if you mention Tatooine, someone goes, that's Star Wars.
No, I get that. Like when they talk about Miles Morales, like at least initially when they were doing like little interviews, like at least in the beginning when Bendis was writing him, I don't believe Brooklyn was a strong part of that identity yet.
I don't remember.
But now, like when you watch like the little interview with like the creators of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and you know Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Randy Rothman, I think was his name. You know, now they talk about, you know, Brooklyn really being a part of it, and it's like that still took some time. So yeah, I get where you're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think you have a strong chance of that because, to be honest, they picked Jaime for a reason.
Yeah.
They could have gone with Ted. They very well could have. So
that is true.
It's if they're going to do Jaime, I honestly think that is why they did. The way I looked at it, they're choosing something that's underrepresented in the first place.
Yeah.
And honestly, with the people involved, unless there's ungodly huge studio meddling, I think that their first thought was we're fucking shooting it in El Paso.
I hope so.
I hope so, because there's a lot of landmarks that I'd be really, really excited to see on the big,
and
on the somewhat big screen. But
go ahead.
I'll say it right here, right now. If they change it to where Jaime is like based out of LA, I will boycott this movie.
I think that's more than fair.
Yeah.
And I'll give some suggestions. Casting directors, hire me. Ted Kord, Alan Tudyk. And I know what you're thinking. He's already the Joker in Harley Quinn. He's already Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol. Yeah, well, you know what? That's exactly my point. He's everything already. So why not put him in the main DC universe?
Yeah.
And plus, he's got the look of Ted Kord. Just give him the heart problems that he has in Rebirth, and we're good. And another possible casting thing that you could pick. Granted, it's not exactly culturally accurate, but I haven't seen anybody else who matches it. Although I think, I think Rosario Dawson's in something DC now. I think
she's in DMZ.
Fuck, because I was thinking she could be perfect as Jaime's mom.
Ooh,
but the other one, if they're gonna do La Dama, oh my god, I forget her name, but she was in Army of Darkness, not Army of Darkness, Army of the Dead.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
It says something, people know her from that, but I'll always know her as Sister Encarnacion from Nacho Libre.
Oh my god! Oh, that'd be perfect.
Wow, it's been a hot minute since I've heard someone reference Nacho Libre.
And for the love of God, and all that's holy, pick someone other than Michael Peña to play Jaime's dad. Like, pick anybody.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know anything about it, but I'd like Diego Luna to be in more things.
I like that.
I don't know if he'd fit, but I would like
Luna.
Diego Luna to be in more things.
I have a casting pick, but can you, Josh, really quickly describe Jaime's dad?
His personality-wise.
Yeah, because there's someone I have in mind, but it depends on the characterization.
So he's very, he's firm as a dad is, but after the year-long thing that happens where he ends up becoming crippled, he's kind of a lot more relaxed, and he's just he's got that fatherly wisdom, he's very, very calm, very, very, very slow paced, but he's also
not one to raise his voice.
Yeah. So he straight up says, like, there's a point where Jaime's mom is getting into it with Guy Gardner, and Paco, Brenda, and his dad are off to the side. They're like, "Oh, Jesus!" And he just says, "Yeah, now you see why I never have to raise my voice." There's a point where he tells off Peacemaker. There's a point where Peacemaker like just sneaks into the house because he's Peacemaker, and he just appears out of thin air, and he's just like, no, this is my home. You don't get to pull your typical tricks of being a superhero, just arriving, coming and going as you please. You're going to respect this place. You're going to knock.
Random question. How much older is he than Jaime? Is he an older guy or is he younger in age?
I'd say
that's another good question, because that kind of impacts my choice.
I'd say in his 40s.
Like late 40s.
Because one that is coming into my head the more and more that I think about it, that can pull off both ends to be stern but not have to say a whole lot, is Javier Bardem.
I like that. The one that I was thinking of was Mark Consuelos, who was he was Hiram Lodge in Riverdale, which it would be going a little bit against type, because Hiram on that show is the villain, but here he gets to play a softer but still kind of the firm father figure.
Okay, I think I know who.
Oh my God,
he might be the same. I never noticed his name, but there's a character in Better Call Saul now. I think his name is Nacho.
Okay.
That actor kind of has the look.
Nacho.
Oh, what the hell is his name? Oh, my phone is.
Michael Mando?
No, not.
That's who.
Oh, it's not him. Not him. But he's like another guy. Lalo. That was his name. He was Lalo Salamanca.
Oh, Tony Dalton.
Yeah. If they wanted to do him, like I wouldn't be upset with him, like, because not only can he be very threatening when he needs to, but he kind of lulls you in with that sensitivity that just makes you lower your guard.
Okay.
He can be charismatic as hell. And say what you will, this will also be a good opportunity for a young little Latina girl to play Milagro if they include her.
There you go.
Yeah, and I hope they do. I hope they cast like the entire Reyes family.
Yeah, don't McKenna Grace, this ain't one you can steal this time. But that's Blue Beetle. Endorsement given. Keep it in El Paso. You heard our casting choices, and if you need anybody to play Paco, look, I'm short, but you know what? I'll take what I can get.
All right. I don't have much to say about Batgirl, because the only news that they gave about this movie is, well, they confirmed that J.K. Simmons is reprising his role as Commissioner Gordon.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which almost confirms, to some extent, that this version of Babs is either his adopted daughter like in the original continuity of the comics, or she's the daughter of like of an interracial couple.
Well, one of his many wives that gets killed.
Yeah, you forget how many times Jim's been married.
Jim's been around the block a few times.
Oh God, I hope they don't make it where like Renee Montoya is his wife.
Oh God, no.
I hope they don't make Renee Montoya his wife, but
that is no.
Put Renee Montoya in the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Give or take, she's already been in
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
That's what I was asked. Would you like to see Rosie Perez in Batgirl?
Oh hell yeah!
I'd like to see her in Batgirl, but I would like to see her toned down a little.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because to me, when I think of Renee Montoya, like she's a little out there, but she is a little bit more toned down, a little serious type of thing. I would not mind that. I had nothing against her portrayal in there because it very much matched everybody else. I just down a little.
No, I understand that.
Yeah. And thankfully this isn't in like mid 2000s because it would be Salma Hayek playing her and I would hate it.
I love Salma Hayek, but
I love her too.
She's
But
in
she's not made for that.
That's why, if you note, when I was doing my quote casting for Blue Beetle, I kept Salma away because she would have been an obvious choice for anything.
Yep.
But to put the focus back on Leslie Grace, how like we all saw In the Heights, right? Or at least saw clips of it.
I have avoided it.
Me too.
Fair. But I since I have seen it, I can confirm she's a great actress. B, I just kind of love how excited she is for like to play this role, because every time that Batgirl is mentioned on Twitter, she pretty much lights up like a Christmas tree.
But man, it's just the one person, and I'm happy this girl was great, but there was always a part of me that wanted to see Anna Kendrick as Batgirl.
I know, me too.
Which is okay. I'm happy this girl got it. I'm sure she's gonna kill it. I'm all good. It's just that was my dream cast.
And the only other news we got was about her costume. She's gonna have a cowl.
Good.
And she's gonna have the red hair.
Good.
I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm pleased.
Yes.
Other than that, and I don't even think we have like a release date for either of these two films.
No, we don't.
No.
Which is good news for for in any event that once the Discovery merger is finalized, and the executives are like, you know what, maybe we should put these movies in theaters.
Could happen.
It's not too late.
No.
And plus, when the strike is over, which I'm almost positive that's probably a big factor in these movies, not in these two in particular, not having more to show beyond concept art. But that also just makes me a little pleased. Like, they're going to take their time. They're going to make sure that these are good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's almost like they have a little more to prove now because they're on HBO Max exclusively for now anyway.
Yeah. Things could always change.
Yeah, and it's also DC's been weird when it comes to solo stuff and whatever. Like, need I remind everyone that The Killing Joke was shown in theaters?
I forgot. I almost went to go watch that when it was in theaters.
I did. Give or take, Bruce Timm, your weird fascination with Barbara Gordon getting it on with Bruce. Besides that, I liked it.
That's actually a perfect transition to the next story that I want to talk about.
Good night, everybody.
So for this next one, you got J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and Bruce Timm talking about their HBO Max series, Batman: Caped Crusader. And the funniest thing about this is they didn't show a goddamn like they didn't show any footage whatsoever. But just hearing them talk about the character and bring Batman back to his, back to his roots, back to, the sort of Art Deco film noir sort of style that we'll get to the Batman trailer in a minute, but just hearing them talk about, or hearing Bruce Timm specifically talking about everything that he wanted to do for the original animated series in the 90s, but couldn't because, he was on a major network.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that gets me very excited about this new series. This and the other show that they, the Superman show, My Adventures with Superman. They showed us some character models, but not really a lot to talk about there.
And it looks adorable.
Yeah, I love what I've seen of My Adventures with Superman so far. I wish we got to see at least one still image from Cape Crusader outside of the promotional art. But I love hearing these people talk about the character.
Mm-hmm.
Of all things, I didn't expect to be enthralled by J.J. Abrams talking about Batman.
Yeah,
right?
It's a really weird thing.
This is like kind of an extension of like Warner Brothers and Bad Robot, their multi-picture contract. So it's weird. It's weird to see Abrams involved in like as much as he is, like especially within the DC universe. But I can also understand because he's worked with Matt Reeves before on Cloverfield and Lost. Like they have a history together. So that kind of makes sense.
It's going to be something special, and seeing that Bruce Timm is explicitly brought up the like one of the shorts for the anniversary of Batman, I think, that was very much modeled after like the old Bill Finger, Bob Kane kind of pulpiness.
Yep.
Like that was the style that I immediately envisioned when the series was announced, especially with the promo art. So it's like, if we get more of that kind of Batman, I'm in. And especially if it's going to be more noir driven, like his like his friend is doing. Maybe not on that level because they still want to do it a little bit for kids, but
yeah, this is going to be on Cartoon Network and HBO Max, so there might be some compromises, but just like how a show like Avatar can have mature themes and yet still be acceptable for children, I think that's the tone they're going for.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's all really exciting.
yeah.
Super pumped. I'll take Batman anything.
So something else I want to talk about. We didn't get a trailer for Harley Quinn season 3, but I love that Harley and King Shark were introducing the the animatics. That was fun.
You didn't show me that.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I'll show it to you later. You're gonna love it.
That show has ruined me. I can't hear Lady Gaga's name normally anymore. Oh my God, it's Lady Gaga!
That is something that's something that me and Crystal have been quoting ever since the Define thing when we told you, just hearing, oh my God, it's Lady Gaga. You see, Alan Tudyk makes everything better.
He does.
He does.
And I think this is definitively my favorite King Shark.
Oh,
And isn't Alan Tudyk from El Paso?
duh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I keep on forgetting that Alan Tudyk is from El Paso.
See, there's even more reason, you fucking cowards. Make him Ted Cord. You okay? Peter Safran, the ball's in your court. But like seriously, yeah, Ron Funches' voice is King Shark. Just I like that we have like 4 unique King Sharks.
Yeah.
We got David
all
Hayter.
awesome.
We got David Hayter just being full on beast. We got Sylvester Stallone and Steve Agee just being an adorable. Yeah. We got who's the guy that's voicing him in Kill the Justice League? It was Samoa Joe.
Oh, Samoa Joe. Yeah, Samoa Joe. I still can't process that Samoa Joe is doing voice acting.
And he's playing him just kind of like, oh my god, how would you even describe that?
It's if King Shark in Suicide Squad is infant King Shark, I would imagine this as preteen King Shark.
He reminds me, and I mean this as a compliment, but he reminds me of like Simon Belmont in Captain N the Game Master.
Oh God.
Jesus.
That is just in that cheesy, goofy voice delivery. And then you have Ron Funches, who's just
Ron Funches has become one of my favorite, relatively newer voice actors. I'm sure he's been in the business for a while, but every time he pops up in, like, whether it's this or he has a role in Jellystone on HBO Max that's hilarious.
You're gonna be right over there.
You just every time you see him, it's like, oh my god, it's Ron Funches. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, it's just it's a delight knowing that he's getting even more work and that he's just getting more well known as a voice actor. Like it says something like even in like the G4 holiday reunion thing. Just even he stole the show from these legends of internet culture. Like he was able to take the spotlight away from Olivia Munn and Adam Sessler being in the same room together. It's like, oh my god, I'm 14 again, but also, God, I love that guy's voice.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great voice.
Oh yeah, those people was born for voice acting.
And I'm really excited to see where they go with season 3 for Harley Quinn, because now they got everywhere to go.
Yeah,
where's my electric car, Bruce?
Yeah, the like the possibilities for season 3 are endless. I need to see a full trailer soon though, because I miss these characters.
I miss Lake Bell.
Same.
Yeah.
Next we've got a trailer for a new anime film, surprisingly enough, called Catwoman Hunted. I'm looking up the director right now.
That is some 90s looking anime, and I'm here for it.
Yep.
Wow, really? Josh didn't show me this one, okay?
I didn't think that we were going to bring it up. I forgot about it, but no, it's got like that look of like old textured 90s anime, just straight down to like the designs and even down to like almost the voice direction in that sense.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely has that sort of 90s flair to it. So the director is Shinsuke Terasawa, and they're honestly best known for they've done a lot of animation for, shows like Blue Submarine #6. They did the Lupin the Third special, Dead or Alive.
Oh.
They've done a lot of work on like a couple Lupin the Third specials. They did some work on Mobile Suit Gundam. But I think the one show that they're probably the most well known for is Triple X Holic, which is a show set in like the Clamp universe. And Cameron and I will kind of break this down on animation later, but I absolutely adore this trailer. It's nice to see something different from the DC animated films.
Yeah.
I know
Mhm.
I know a lot of people love Batman Ninja, and yeah, that is some very stylized crazy visuals, but I hope future movies continue in this like variation of styles. Because don't get me wrong, I've been loving the house style that we got with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and the Justice Society movie, and on animation we'll be talking about Batman: The Long Halloween as part of our Halloween special.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope we get to see more variation, and it sounds like some of the other projects that they announced are they're trying to mix things up. Like I think one of the next films we're getting in 2022 is a Super Sons movie that's like the first CG animated DC original movie.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, I know people have wanted to see Damian and Jonathan on screen together, so that'll be fun.
I will say, like, it feels really cheap though that like of one of the announcements that they made, they announced Batman: The Long Halloween Deluxe Edition. It's like, oh, thanks. Like I haven't bought it, but I just bought Long Halloween 1 and 2. Thanks for combining them all. That's how I felt when they did the Dark Knight Returns animated film. They released part 1,
part 2, and then the
part
deluxe.
2. And then they decide, let's bring them all together. It's like,
that whole school age thing you just mentioned, and I agree with you 100% on that, Josh. Does anyone remember, and man, if they'd ever bring this back, they never will, and they have good reason to never bring it back. Does anyone remember, give me 2 seconds, that this was almost a thing?
Oh, I remember this.
Gotham High.
Yeah.
This was shared everywhere. Like,
What?
I first saw that image like about a decade or so ago.
Canceled 2009 animated series where it would have been Bruce Wayne in high school with supervillains, and I wanted it with all of my soul.
I would love it if it was in basically Clone High, but with Batman characters.
Yes.
I think of like, how would they go about it? That's all I wanted to know. I was like, King Shark is in class with Bane and Mr. Freeze, and they're like talking about chemistry. What the hell is this going to be?
You got the Riddler that like sabotages everyone else's test scores, but only he gets the regular test. So that way everyone else can fail except for him.
Exactly. And Clayface is a freaking arch snob and all that. Just like, I want it. Just,
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. That reminded me of that when you brought that up. Go ahead. What could have been?
Their animated slate that looks pretty good. A Catwoman Hunted.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I am so tired. I'm happy that they're changing up the art style now with stuff like Man of Tomorrow and Long Halloween. Because as much as I love Bruce Timm's like designs, I swear to God, I think it's just that the direction that they've had in the past makes those designs very limited.
Well, not just that. When Bruce Timm like became less involved with these films, that's when the animation quality kind of slipped. And then starting in like 2014, when they started doing those the New 52 adaptations, I could tell that's when interest was starting to wane with these films.
I feel like I'm alone in thinking that The Dark Knight Returns, I don't like it as an animated film. But conversely, flip that, I'm also one of the few people that really prefers Year One over Under the Red Hood.
I cannot jive with you on that one. Year one is good, but I can't completely jive with you on that
I
one.
love Year One.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I like Under the Red Hood better is because that movie actually improved on the source material. Whereas I take issue with some of the adaptations like New Frontier and All-Star Superman because I love the comics so much.
Mhm.
And those are just examples of the adaptations just simply cannot like fully capture what made those ones great.
Like Year One's the only one that I think was able to capture Frank Miller's writing. And on top of that, it's one of the few times I've seen it feels like I'm seeing David Mazzucchelli's beautiful illustrations brought to life perfectly. That's not in a motion comic way. And the little things that they do change about it, like with Catwoman, namely, I think it works for the better.
Mhm.
And with Under the Red Hood, keep in mind, I'm saying this that Under the Red Hood and Year One are 9 out of 10s for me.
Oh yeah.
The one negative that I have of Year One is the voice actor for Batman.
Who is that again?
Who's the guy that plays Jim Gordon on Gotham?
Oh,
The son of a bitch
Ben
that's married to
McKenzie?
Miranda
Ben
Baccarin.
McKenzie. Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
McKenzie.
That lucky bastard.
He is.
He's married to Inara from Firefly.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I can't.
And
can't
Vanessa
look
from
at
Deadpool.
But it looks absolutely fun. Let's
Yeah, that
Please.
lucky bastard.
give us more different styles. I want a studio trigger Batman story.
Oh my
Don't
god.
even put that into a notion that it could happen, because then I won't get it.
Oh my god.
That's like my two favorite things put into one. Don't do that to me, Josh.
Especially after watching the twins from Star Wars Visions. Like,
Yeah.
please.
Oh God.
What Pandora's box have you opened?
It's just like no, and it's yeah, and it's like before we move on to the next thing, again, to reiterate on what they said, changing source material is okay. Jason Todd got resurrected by Ra's al Ghul to try to make amends with Batman and Under the Red Hood. Does anyone who's not listening on this or does not know that is listening on this want to know how the Red Hood woke up in the original continuity? Superboy Prime punched a fucking hole in reality.
Yeah.
Huh.
Comics are stupid.
Which
I think we need to have a shirt that says comics are stupid.
on that note, when just to transition us in a different way. You got the floor after this, but do not read Robins. That's the story that won the round robin elimination bracket from DC when they put all those stories that different writers pitched.
Right. That's right.
Robins won, and it's written by Tim Seeley, I think, and art by somebody else. Pages have already been released. The concept is just all the Robins coming together and just doing a whole powwow, like a training exercise thing. But then all things are flipped upside down when a young girl walks in claiming that she was the first Robin.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and then they've released pages, like people have been talking about it. It is quite bad. Damien talks like early on in his creation, as in he talks like a psychopathic little shit. He's just talking about, I was born to be Robin, and this is all meant to train me, because when father dies, that means I'm going to be the one that's going to be Batman. So fuck you guys. And Jason is written to have weird mood problems. And Dick Grayson is just I'll tag you in some of the pages that they posted on Twitter, Brock, but it is quite bad. What did you say about it, Crystal?
I said that it was it's a fairly good premise. Like, it's a good idea, I think, if it were well written.
The ever-knowing asterisks. If it was written well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we lost more Blue Beetle for this.
You did not need. This is coming from me. We did not need more Batman-related comics.
They were just. If they wanted to, they would have had that scene with Jason Todd. He would have been holding a crowbar.
Yeah.
Hopefully they didn't. They're not that unsubtle.
I hate it.
Anyway,
I hate it.
I
hate it.
Yeah, let's move on to
Thanks. I hate it.
To something good. Something really good, actually. One of the biggest surprises of the day was when they announced that, oh, by the way, the first 2 episodes of Young Justice Phantoms are available on HBO Max.
Yes.
And I know, Josh, you and Chris only watched one of them.
Yes.
But Brock, did you at least watch the trailer for season 4?
I sadly didn't. That was like approaching on the time, and then I had stuff come up around my house. I still need to watch season 3. I'm so damn behind. I love Young Justice. It's just that whole spat with them. It's like, well, even though it was really good and everyone loved it, fuck you, it didn't sell toys. It just kind of like it out of my mind for the longest time. And now that it's back, I still need to. I've basically only used HBO Max to watch Harley Quinn and the Snyder Cut, and that's it. And I need to, and that is 100% my fault. I need to get better at utilizing my subscriptions.
I won't spoil much about season 3, but I'll say it's about as good as Samurai Jack season 5 when that show came back.
Wow.
I have not seen that, but it's. You mean it's a mixed bag, or that like most of it is good?
Well, yeah, no, I'll say most of it is good.
'Cause I grew to love Young Justice season 3, but the beginning is pretty rough.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. Season 3, it has a really rough start. Didn't engage me as much as the first 2 seasons. The point where I started to really love the season, though, Brock, there is an episode they do that is basically what WandaVision tried to do. That's all I'll say.
I wouldn't say try.
Okay.
That it succeeded in doing what WandaVision tried to do.
Okay.
That's all I'll say, because
Okay.
to reveal any more, I think it would be spoiling
Okay.
the fun of it. But
All right.
season 4, I'm telling you right now, Brock, I think you're going to love it. Like, because that's probably the strongest start of any of the seasons, I think.
I agree with that.
Okay. Nice.
And again, I'm trying not to spoil the second episode because I think it takes the story in a very interesting direction. One thing I can say, and this isn't too much of a spoiler, is in the comics, I don't recall them diving as deep into Martian culture.
I've heard a lot about them diving very deep into that.
Yeah.
Which McGann has always been one of the best characters on the show, so that's good.
Yeah. So I just kind of love how like they're going full tilt into all of that.
Nice. Like McGann is the stop course of, I think, my favorite episode when they I believe it's called Failsafe, when they have her project that thing, but she gets too powerful and they have the like everyone going out. They had the dream scenario that they were all locked into.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it's called Failsafe. Oh, that episode.
Kobayashi Maru episode.
The what's that?
The Kobayashi Maru episode.
Remembering correctly.
Oh, don't tell me I'm a bigger nerd than you, Brock. That is going to make me really.
I haven't watched it the seasons in probably like 2 to.
Well, it's the episode where they're in like that mind melding training.
Okay, got it. Yes, my head went 13 miles away when he said Kobayashi. I got it. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, been a long night. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Yeah, we're good. I didn't click what you even said for a second there. No, yeah, that one. Sorry.
It's okay. It took me a second to remember what it was.
Okay, yeah. No, but it's good.
Yeah.
Season 4, bring it on, and hell yeah.
So for those who don't know, season 4 will drop the first 13 episodes beginning on Saturday. New episodes are every Thursday, and they run up until December. Then there will be a hiatus, and then the back half will be sometime in 2022. That's kind of how they did season 3 as well. Only it was a shorter period where they released 3 episodes at once. This time I think they're just doing 1 episode, which I kind of prefer, because I've grown to dislike the binge model because it kind of stifles the discussion. If a show's airing weekly, that means you get more people talking about it, and that attracts more viewers, and that means the show can continue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
The only thing I like at the binge model is now, this is a total sidetrack. The last Life is Strange game, they released all the episodes at once. When you're playing something, it works better because you can wait, stop, enjoy, do whatever. But when you're watching, it's kind of like, it works better for some shows than others too.
That's true. Like I'm not like definitively one or the other. And I guess even for the sake of like the animation podcast, it's easier to review a season when you have it all laid out for you, so that you can talk like about the whole story and not have to like stop and be like, oh, I wonder where this is going, or I don't like this, and then next week, oh wait, never mind, I do like this.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Yeah, like that model works for miniseries, I think.
Yeah.
Or like certain Netflix shows. Like I don't think Stranger Things would have had as much of the impact as it did if it was week by week.
I agree.
Though
Stranger Things is almost the exception to the rule, where like, most people will like watch the first season in like a day.
Yeah.
But it was such a breakout hit that people kept talking about it like the whole year round. So that's what kept that show going.
Yeah, though I will say that there is a new type of like series, like short series where it's just a few episodes, but each of them are like an hour to over an hour long.
Is it British TV?
Like, so in that case, I'd say it'd be better if it came out weekly, because binge watching Haunting of Hill House was painful.
I can imagine.
I mean, it was painful emotionally, but
also time consuming.
So we got 2 more things to talk about. We have the behind the scenes footage of Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then we'll get to the Batman. But Shazam! Fury of the Gods. They announced the title for this movie last year, with Sinbad of all people. But this time we actually get to see what appears to be the main villains. We have Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu as like these goddesses from. I think they're goddesses from Mount Olympus. I don't really know the full story. I just know that seeing them in action was just kind of incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see Rachel Zegler like just shining in something other than West Side Story, and I say that as someone that's loving everything I'm seeing of West Side Story. You have no idea how happy, how proud I am just seeing her just going out there and just now she's in a superhero movie.
Hell yeah.
It is a little unfortunate though that she's paired up right now with Jack Dylan Grazer, but that's a story for another day.
That's a discussion for another time because it's murky. It's very weird, very unfortunate. But I'm not letting this stuff get like ruin her moment. Just seeing her just having fun with everybody behind the scenes, and then seeing everybody just the basic thesis statement of the whole behind the scenes was we got a bigger budget. Holy crap!
Yeah. Okay, so the characters that Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are playing. They're two daughters of Atlas. Helen Mirren is playing Hespera, and Lucy Liu is Calypso.
Ooh.
Yeah. Helen Mirren is playing her second DC comic book character.
Oh, her first is I couldn't for life of me remember her name, but she was in that movie Reds.
Yes, Red.
Yeah, Red.
Retired Extremely Dangerous.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
I love that movie. She was Victoria.
How crazy is that? That not only had she been in 2 comic book adaptations, but like, the Fast and the Furious movies. You'd think an actor of her caliber would be above this stuff, but no, she embraces it.
Exactly.
That's what we YouTubers do. We embrace. We get bigger names to want to join our stuff. It makes me so happy that David F. Sandberg just went from YouTube Shorts to having Helen Mirren play a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And yet he still stays humble. He hasn't given up YouTube.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane to me.
And he's an introvert like me, so that's just something we have in common.
The best kind are.
just that video that he released, like I want to say like earlier this year. It was like how to be an introvert in Hollywood or something like that, and he basically just talks about his struggles like with his own anxiety and all that, like when it comes to like pitching stuff to executives, as well as like his own hangups about going to premieres. He really doesn't like going to premieres because he just kind of wants to like sit away from everything. Like when he's done wrapping up filming, he kind of wants to be on his own for a while just to like sit with everything. So being thrust onto the red carpet, it's just kind of like he has to like step outside of himself for that.
Mm-hmm. Very, very relatable. Very down to earth. And
if there's anybody who loves their character more than The Rock loves Black Adam, it's Zachary Levi as Shazam.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, there is always a possibility that those two are going to fight each other.
I'm going to love it.
There is a strong chance that there's a strong chance that Shazam 3 is going to be Billy and Ted Adam fighting.
I would just love to see Shazam. Oh shit! Nope. Poof! Goes right back into the kid. He's like, I'm not fighting him, sir. I'm sorry. Oh, I just can't wait. Oh, I just can't wait.
We still don't really know like the plot for Fury of the Gods.
No, and also
That's fine.
like the thing is, again, I have to bring back up mind control Caterpillar.
Yeah.
What's your
Where's
mind?
that going?
Which I still think it's crazy how I'm watching the movie and I'm like, did somebody put on Doom Patrol? What's going on? Like right in the last few minutes.
Speaking of, minor thing that everybody glossed over, Doom Patrol is renewed for season 4.
Same with Titans.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol, though.
Like, Josh immediately ended.
I haven't started season 3 yet, but I lit up like a Christmas tree when they announced that. I'm like, what season 4? What?
I still need to watch season 2. I don't even finish season 1. Every time I inch closer, something pulls me away for some reason.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to catch up with all of those shows eventually. The only other thing I can say about Shazam: Fear of the Gods is the movie's not coming out until 2023. So the fact that we got this much already is honestly pretty impressive.
There was some footage that looked like it was straight from like post-production, which made me very happy. Like, that's one thing you can give David F. Sandberg. He's very efficient as a filmmaker.
That he is.
And those little snippets that you see of like the shots, it looks even better than how the first one looked. And I hope it quells some of the complaints that everyone had of the first one, that it didn't look cinematic enough.
I don't agree with that at all, frankly.
Yeah. And yeah, I did. It's one of those things that I'll just never get.
It's almost like DC movies can have different cinematic styles, but
Crazy.
it's
Almost like it doesn't have to be the same. I hear there was a time that they actually didn't have color in movies by choice. I know, crazy.
Oh my god.
All right, are you guys
Hollywood, call me.
Are you guys ready?
Okay.
I am.
It's the moment of truth.
I am.
And it only took half the time. We're talking about the Batman trailer. And of course, I had to represent.
Oh, where do we even begin?
How would we begin with the fact that this is the second trailer in a row to use a Nirvana song?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if Giacchino like actually sprung his theme off of Something in the Way.
Could be.
Because people are comparing Giacchino's theme to the Imperial March, and you can't not hear that. But I also think there's a specific reason for using a Nirvana song in a Batman movie.
Mm-hmm. And a couple things before we go into this. Everyone listening to this, again, we're going to have another Brock rant here. When this trailer goes out and they go, oh my God, they made Batman emo. Did you fucking watch the Keaton movies? You're going to sit there and watch Batman Returns and tell me that Batman's not been emo? Do you fucking know who that character is?
He's flirting with the Hot Topic girl.
Like, shut the hell. Batman's not emo. Fucking get out of your parents. Oh my God. It's just so. Oh my God. He's been like, shut up. You're the same people that wanted to remove tattoos when, oh my God, it's Robert Pattinson. Have you watched anything besides Twilight? He's been in stuff besides Twilight? Yes. Shut the fuck up and go stand in that corner. No one cares about your opinion. Everyone in those movies hated those fucking movies. Leave it alone. That excuse is done. I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing it.
He was
It has been done since 2012.
But
Move on.
smart about it. He did a franchise, got some fuck off money, and was like, I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want now. I'm set.
Exactly. And to go off on that, one thing why I'm extremely, extremely excited about this movie, and it's something that Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson talked about in an interview. People are weirded out that Batman, or I should say Bruce Wayne, acts weird in public. Just total weird. Again, keep in mind, they're basing a lot of this off Year One. And Robert Pattinson said point blank that when Matt Reeves was making this movie, he wanted Bruce Wayne to act as if he had not come up with the billionaire Bruce Wayne persona yet.
Yeah, that was something.
Now this is Batman as Bruce Wayne being Batman in public because he doesn't know how to be Bruce Wayne. Because my favorite fucking interpretations of Batman is where Batman wears Bruce Wayne as a mask in public.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to bring that up.
I'm so fucking excited to see that.
Same.
That's cool.
Something else I want to point out. One of the influences of this movie, at least what I kind of interpret is the series Batman Earth One, and in that continuity, Martha Wayne's maiden name is Arkham. So there's some speculation that, you know, they say there's a little bit of crazy in that family. So you know, it kind of explains the unhinged sort of nature of Batman.
Mm-hmm. And again, nothing against the Michael Keaton movies. They were great. Nothing against the Christian Bale movies outside of the last one. I really don't like talking about that movie. And then Ben Affleck did it in his movie. In this movie, Batman is fucking terrifying.
No, yeah.
In the last two shots of that trailer, he is walking through a hallway, beating down people that are firing fully automatic rifles, and he just grabs the fucking thing and just shoots the guy to the ground with it as it's still firing a full clip.
Like, I legit got Rogue One vibes when Darth Vader starts walking down the hallway with the lightsaber.
Yep,
that's the feeling that I
has to be what they're going for like in that scene.
That closing shot where Penguin's driving away, and the fucking Batmobile comes out and he laughs, and he just nails him off the road, and that fucking upside down spinning shot of Batman walking at him. I'm like, Batman's a fucking just terror.
It makes it even better because this is shot by Greg Fraser, who not only did the cinematography for Dune coming soon, but also did the cinematography for Rogue One.
Yeah,
okay, that makes me happy.
I've been critical of Rogue One in the past. In particular, I don't like the color grading in Rogue One. Yeah. That one and Solo, I've never cared for, like at least color-wise. But I've noticed that Greg Fraser, when you give him the right director, he can do some wonder. He's no Roger Deakins, but him and Denis Villeneuve is... But him and Matt Reeves, oh my God. Can we talk about the shallow look in the movie? Like just almost everything is uncomfortably focused in. And that is just so rich in the visual flair. Like just, I was already sold on this movie oddly enough, ever since Robert Pattinson was announced. I didn't know anything about Matt Reeves. I still haven't watched the Apes trilogy. I haven't watched Let the Right One In. I haven't seen Cloverfield. But if his other movies are anything like this, holy shit.
Yeah.
Just that first shot of the diner. Yeah. My jaw hit the floor.
your homework assignment before March is to watch the Apes trilogy. He only directed Dawn and War. He did. It was Rupert Wyatt who did Rise, but you need to watch the Apes trilogy. You need to watch Cloverfield. And if you haven't read them or just haven't read them in a while, I would probably revisit the Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale Batman comics.
We've already read The Long Halloween together. I read it to Crystal for the first time.
Yeah.
And another homework, again, those who remember the last Fandome, Matt Reeves listed Batman Ego by Darwin Cook, the late great Darwin Cook, as one of his major inspirations for how he approaches Batman. And I saw
That
it.
one was
That was the one that
Yeah.
made Crystal understand why Batman was so good.
because I mean, like I said before, I had always seen him as like, you know, this brooding, stupid emo character who, you know, is nothing more than that. And then Josh read me that scene, and then also in tandem watching Batman Beyond and seeing that scene where like that scene where he's like, I don't remember which character, but some character was in his head.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Why did
That's
you
not
call
how
me
I-
Bruce?
Yeah.
it's like that's not what I call myself.
What do you
What
call
do
you? Oh.
Oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, so he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
and that even goes into what I hear is going to happen in this movie. So I don't know how much of it is true, but hearing the little snippets of Bruce Wayne's dialogue, it's kind of confirming one of the things. Apparently, the Batman is going to be a nearly 3-hour long noir detective story with
so
Bruce
ready.
with Bruce Wayne giving voiceover.
I'd be so
Oh,
ready
so
for
there-
that.
So hearing that,
I hope that's true, and they commit 100% to the film noir aesthetic.
I think they are just down to that line. The moment I was skeptical. Oddly enough, I was skeptical of that. I shouldn't have, even though they're nailing Edward Nygma so far.
Oh.
We'll talk about that in a bit, but just that line that you hear Bruce say, like, this is a powder keg and the Riddler's the match. Like, oh. And then even down to Colin Farrell as the Penguin, just hearing the voice that he has, like, oh, take it easy, sweetheart.
What are you doing here, sweetheart? What are you? What is this? I will never understand his casting. You make him look like Rupert Friend. First of all, why did you not just cast Rupert Friend? And then two, he's doing this off the wall awesome accent, and I'm like, you got the most not Colin Farrell character ever.
He's doing the voice and performance that I think Jared Leto was trying to go for in that House of Gucci movie.
Oh, geez.
Where
Oh,
he's just
jeez.
walking circles. He's waddling circles around him.
Yeah, it's crazy. That movie is casted so well.
And by the way, Penguin's getting a spinoff on HBO Max.
Oh
So,
my god.
When was this announced?
This was like a while ago, maybe like a month or so ago.
Is that a different spin-off than the Gotham show?
Yep.
Jesus.
Which the Gotham show's going through, I think, a different showrunner because it was
Yeah,
originally gonna be by
they
Terrence
lost
Winter.
they lost a showrunner, so they're they kind of have to go back to the drawing board for that.
Which I'm okay with because, look, truth be told, I like Scorsese, but I think Terrence Winter is probably the weakest writer that he's worked with. He did Wolf of Wall Street. Hot take, Wolf of Wall Street is good. I like it a lot, but it's gone down in years because of Terrence Winter's writing. And Vinyl had so much potential, but it just petered out near the end of that first season. So having a different showrunner step in to handle the GCPD, yes. because Jeffrey Wright deserves the best.
Damn right. And you can make a good show out of just police work in Gotham.
Yes.
The new showrunner is Joe Barton.
What has he done?
He's known for Troy, Fall of a City, Cuffs, Extinction. Not Netflix movie. He's also doing the Cloverfield sequel for Paramount. He did My Days of Mercy. Not the most impressive resume, but the fact that he's in bed with Bad Robot Productions is a good sign.
Yeah, I'll give him a chance. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, can we also talk about how instantly sold I was on Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes.
there has never been a perfect.
She was on screen for 2 seconds, and I'm like, "Yep, absolutely."
I'd let some crime. I'd ignore some crime.
And she could hurt me however she wanted.
Oh yeah.
I just remember. I remember back when apparently she had auditioned to be Selena Kyle back in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yep, and she was turned down because she was too urban.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was that whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, give or take, I don't think Zoe would have fit what they were going for that movie.
No, I think that's the movie that made me fall in love with Anne Hathaway. So everything made me fall in love with Anne Hathaway, but that movie changed my life and how I saw her. So I'm inclined to give it a pass.
I did too. I was never a big fan of Anne Hathaway until that. So,
but her
more shots after that.
I just remember her from The Princess Diaries.
but Zoe Kravitz with Robert Pattinson, though, that is a match made in hell. That is
gonna be.
Oh yeah.
This is a sexy looking movie too. Just even down to their chemistry. Just
this movie is sex.
Can we talk about how they straight up talked about how there's gonna be some sexual chemistry with Batman and Catwoman.
Hello.
That is
yes, please.
Thank God we're getting some tension back in our superhero movies now. How long?
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me Batman has sex?
Well, if the rumors are to be believed, I mean, there's
you just spoke go down on her.
There is if the rumors are to be believed, Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson had some bonding time on the Batmobile.
Hey man.
Oh my god.
Didn't you hear
they got a lot to fill in a 3-hour movie?
Hey, didn't you hear that's why Matt Reeves fired him like 18 times, supposedly?
Oh yeah, I've heard that rumor so many times. It's become The Boy Who Cries Wolf at this point.
I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. And let's say, for the sake of argument, that's true. I highly doubt it, but let's say it's true. I'm sorry, but just seeing the interactions they have on screen, I'd buy it.
Same.
But even then, just like seeing the contrasting, like there's that bit where I swear to God, I knew there were going to be similar, like people were going to be like, oh my God, he was the blueprint. And they'll show the still of like Ben Affleck's Batman beating the shit out of that guy in the warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And they lined up that one shot of Robert Pattinson's Batman beating the shit out of somebody. But again, just the framing is so unique that it's enough to be different. But then seeing Selena Kyle just looking absolutely terrified at looking at him just go to town on somebody.
Yep.
Oh my God. Like this movie's going in so many unique places. We're going to see just how damaged Bruce Wayne is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it.
I've had like some people on my Facebook wall like kind of complaining that there's nothing new you can do with Batman anymore. And the reason I disagree with that is because no other Batman film, like no other live action Batman adaptation, has actually committed to the detective. Like, he's called the world's greatest detective, and yet it's hardly represented in even the best ones. He's more just like the kind of generic superhero version of the character.
He has someone there, like, give or take. I love that Morgan Freeman was in those movies, but they had Lucius Fox in there to do all the smart techie stuff for him.
The closest you saw was that one scene in The Dark Knight where he takes a bit of the wall and then he just shoots two different pieces of the wall, and he's like, "So this is the bullet that matches."
Yeah, that was
you get one scene and that's it.
And it's just, if you're gonna have a noir where he actually has to figure stuff out, outside of the Affleck movies or Affleck Batman, all the fight scenes with Batman are trash.
Oh,
utter garbage trash.
Nolan couldn't direct action to save his life.
No, and that's fine. If you can't do it, you can't do it. If I can finally get a Batman film where he is my favorite thing that someone has comprised a Batman or described him as, Batman will not kill you, your hospital bills will. And then 2, he's the world's greatest detective. If I could get detective work plus him just beating the ever-living fuck out of goons in a movie, I'll finally have the Batman movie I've wanted.
How many different martial arts does Bruce know?
Supposedly, like, every one of them. It's ridiculous because, like, they go into all these different, like, depending on what his origin and how long he's been away from Gotham before he comes back to be Batman, all the different training that he's got. It's pretty much like, I believe Deathstroke knows more than him fighting wise.
On Wikipedia, it says he has fully utilized his photographic memory to master a total of 127 different forms of martial arts, including but not limited to, Aikido, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, capoeira. I'm not going to name them all.
Yeah. In the words of Chris Tucker, I know kick your ass style.
This makes me think of the thing that was going around on Twitter. They had those things where it's like, say your most controversial thing about Batman. You kind of touched on it with your thing, which is that, Batman is so, like, how people are saying you can't really do anything new with Batman anymore. And you pointed out, Mike, on Twitter, that Batman is just so caked into pop culture in that sense that there is no bad or a controversial take.
Yeah, because everyone has already given their opinion.
Yep.
Even my sort of hot take is that I prefer the rest of the Bat family over Bruce. But I still love Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, yeah.
The larger point is, like, nobody has said, like, anything. Nobody has given, like, an original opinion about Batman because, like, Batman has been around for 80 plus years.
Yeah.
And so everyone has had a chance to say their piece. But that being said, this movie still has material to mine.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst part is when they try to do new stuff,
it's rejected.
It's rejected and bitched about immediately before it's even shown.
Like, my hot take of that, and something that this movie is rectifying, my hot take was that Batman is the ultimate example of Flanderization. Just because everybody has this notion that he's this all-knowing guy that has the answers to everything. That whole thing where it's like, oh, well, with enough prep time, he could beat this and that. So they just make him unstoppable. And that is so boring to me. That is so absolutely frustrating. And for a while, it kind of had the exact opposite effect that when people talked about Superman, oh, he's a Boy Scout, so he's boring. Now, the thing with Batman is just, well, he's unstoppable. He's the main appeal is that he's supposed to be just a regular dude. He just happens to, be good at a few things, in particular perception.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's a really good dude that has a lot of time on his hands sometimes.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time on his hands. But the thing that defines Batman isn't what he can do with enough prep time. It's what he can do on the fly. He's nothing if not lucky. And on top of that, he has drive. That even if he knows he's not the strongest person to face off against like an alien or something, he's still going to try his fucking hardest because Batman does not give up.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I love with this because the benefit of having it set in his early years, this Bruce doesn't have all the answers.
Ew.
And I love that we're going to get a raw Batman. We're going to get to see a Batman that's going to make mistakes because, he makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jason Todd.
Yeah, that's his biggest mistake.
Says it openly.
Yeah, and especially with how they're doing Paul Dano's Riddler. Oh, man, the potential that we have to see Robert Pattinson lose it. We got that little taste with the jail cell, which Paul Dano. What do we think?
Paul Dano has been a favorite of mine ever since I saw him in the 1-2 punch of There Will Be Blood and Little Miss Sunshine. That was probably the best first impression I've gotten from any actor. And I love when he gets to play the dark debased, pathetic character. And this kind of reinterpretation of the Riddler is perfect for a more raw green Batman.
Mm-hmm. It's grounding is an important thing sometimes.
That they can make someone who looks like a Hey Arnold character in real life, that they can make him look so terrifying by not even showing his face, but just, I know that's deliberate too, and they're probably going to have his face shown in the movie. But that would be bold if Matt Reeves saves the reveal of his face for the last few minutes of the movie.
Ooh.
The whole time you only get glimpses of his side profile or his back, and the only time you see him is when he's wearing that mask.
That would be cool. Which
that poster of him holding that thing that says "To the Batman," that terrifies me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That nothing has terrified me more in recent years except for Mike Flanagan. Than that poster, just seeing the eyes piercing through the glasses and seeing that little bit in the trailer with the serial killer streams video on the Gotham News. God, this is a version of the Riddler I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since the Arkham games. So seeing this brought to a horrifying realism.
The Saw villain on steroids.
The Saw villain on steroids.
It's I was talking with Mike. I can't remember who brought it up on Twitter, but someone was like, in this style, who would you like to see as Batman villains? And then I can't remember what was all mentioned. And I'm like, I know he's been done once, but they barely did him. If I could get Robert Pattinson in a psychological horror movie with Scarecrow.
Oh my god.
Ooh, and I know the perfect actor to play him in this continuity. Speaking of Mike Flanagan,
Hamish Linklater.
Good guess, but no. I was gonna say from the Haunting of Hill House, Oliver Jackson Cohen.
Who does he play?
Opens Google.
He's like one of the adult kids.
Is he the adult Luke?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yes.
There's a
Yes.
pretty man.
Oh my god.
That'd be awesome.
You knew how to get to me because he was my favorite character in the whole series.
Yeah.
I thought so.
But the character I'd like to see in Matt Reeves's take on this universe. I'm going to say this. I really hope we don't see the Joker.
Yeah, we can retire the Joker.
I have one more, but I think you're going to say it. I think I have another one, but I'm pretty sure it's what Josh is going to say.
You know what? You go first. I want to hear yours.
Basil Carlo.
That wasn't who I was going to say.
Okay.
But seeing. Oh, how would Matt Reeves even do that?
I don't know, but I want to see it.
Oh wait, I think I know. I think I know how Reeves is going to do it. It's like, he's going to have help from Andy Serkis, playing, like doing the motion capture and all that.
Yeah. Ugh.
You could do like even if you wanted to do it like even more grounded, where you can give Andy Serkis a rest from the motion capture suits, but I would want to see him motion captured. Just an actor who's obsessed with plastic surgery to the point that he kind of deforms his face and he can mold it, kind of like Darkman.
Oh yeah.
What about Mickey Rourke?
He could work.
Like as an aged Basil Carlo.
He could work really well. The characters that I would like to see, I would really like to see. I would love it if Matt Reeves takes a page from James Gunn's book and just goes with characters that nobody would have, not their first pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's already telling that he picked the Riddler first.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see on that actor thing. You know me, I'm a sucker for this particular character. I would love to see Baby Doll get interpreted.
And who do you have in mind?
McKenna Grace.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Either her, like Baby Doll, or if they really want to give him like just full on balls out, just you know what, we don't care about ratings. Just go all in. Go all in. I would want to see another version of Zaz.
I was about to say that, and I would not mind Jackie Earle Haley playing him.
Yes, that's good. That's really good.
I was thinking it in my head.
One that I had in mind, and I'm not sure if he's too old or just not quite fit for the part, but someone like John Lithgow playing ventriloquist.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Shit.
That is up there. That would be pretty awesome. Now, I'm trying to think of people that haven't been in games that have been in movies that haven't been in games either, because I know that the Mad Hatter has been in games, but he's never been in a movie.
That would be an interesting take. Just that's what I love about every time like a new director is invited to take their stab at their vision on a series. God, it feels so good that not everything has to tie into a cinematic universe.
I agree. That's why I love stuff like this.
Like I remember when everybody was talking about back when The Dark Knight Rises was coming out and nobody knew what they were going to do. They were like, oh man, what if we got Philip Seymour Hoffman as the Penguin? Like that's just like that was an example of how wide they could go with like different casting choices that fit that world.
Aw, now I'm sad because he would like.
You're really good.
His son can take it up though.
Yeah.
Man, Mothman would be really good.
Mothman.
Some fucking just pyro nut. No, I'm not Mothman. Sorry, Firefly. I apologize.
I was
thinking
gonna
of
say
the
Firefly
SpongeBob
next.
villain.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the SpongeBob villain that appears in that one episode, voiced by Mark Hamill, just having one line, just like savory light.
No, can you imagine if I believe it's the Court of Saint Dumas, if they would have Azrael in a movie like this?
Hmm.
I don't know if they could pull it off, but it's just like a dark, grittier, just down to earth, more telling of stuff. It's, ugh. I don't know how they'd interpret certain things, because then you have stuff like Man Bat that has never come close to being in a movie.
I would love to see Man Bat, but
I don't know who'd play him, but Jesus Christ, they need to do Hugo Strange.
yes.
I don't know who, but
Not to get sad again, but I remember when there was talk about, after The Dark Knight Rises, like who could be done in a Batman movie. I remember Robin Williams really wanted to play Hugo Strange.
Oh,
dude.
You know Hugo Strange?
Dude.
You see him briefly in Young Justice. He's the warden at Bel Rev.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he's a psychiatrist
Mm-hmm.
that's fucking nuts, of course. But at least as far as I remember, he's one of the few to actually guess who Batman is.
Oh, wow.
They have it in the animated series where he's trying to sell the tape that's got the proof in it, and Joker doesn't believe him. He's like, Bruce Wayne is Batman, and I'm the Queen of England. Oh man, that would have been like what is that movie that Robin Williams is in? 1 Hour Photo?
Yeah.
Like that old man.
Or Insomnia.
Or it's not, yeah, Insomnia. Oh
man.
Watch, we're throwing all this out, and Matt Reeves goes with like Great White Shark for the season.
Oh my gosh.
I will never not bring him up. That's the stupidest and funniest villain.
Come on, man. Condiment King.
I still stand by it. Warner Brothers, hire me for my Suicide Squad sequel.
Oh man. One they would never do, but would be the most fucked up thing if they did it was is it Mr. or it's Dr. Pig? I'm trying to think.
Professor Pig.
Professor Pig with the
my
Dolatrons and stuff and the plastic in the surd. I don't know if I can watch that.
You gotta tell Crystal what Professor Pig is. You'd love this villain.
He's this weird guy who likes to like deform out. How do I best describe him? Would you say, Mike, it's more of like trying to make the perfect. How the hell do I describe him?
I think I have an idea.
He tries to make people perfect. I'm just trying to think of the exact.
He's like.
Let me just read a bit of Wikipedia. Professor Pig is usually characterized in comic books as someone who is suffering from severe mental illness. Co-creator Grant Morrison envisioned him as one of the weirdest, most insane characters that's ever been in Batman comics, and said, "We hear a lot about Batman facing crazy villains, but we tried to make this guy seem genuinely disturbed and disconnected. Professor Pig isn't from another world. He's from here, but he's very, very sick."
And he turns these people into, they're either called dolls or Dolatrons. Where he uses drills, hammers, all this to like test human limits of people's bones. Like the best part of it, if you ever played Arkham Knight, is you find these people that have these random deformities where their like forearms are like snapped and like pulled down in a certain way, or they've got certain things rammed in their rib cage to see if their body could take it. And it's like he tries to make these perfect things that you can't take down because you have to knock them out because they just keep getting back up because they're these weird. And he listens to like fucking opera music and sings to himself. He's schizophrenic. He's
So like Jeffrey
weird.
He's like Buffalo Bill, But if
meets
he,
Hannibal Lecter.
yeah, like if Buffalo Bill didn't want to build a skin suit, but if he wanted to make other people beautiful.
No, because that's kind of like the thing. What I think it was Jeffrey Dahmer. He was trying to like keep people alive, and like become like kind of perfect them into like slaves, like mindless slaves.
I had no idea that Grant Morrison was the one that created Professor Pig,
Oh,
and
and
now
here's,
everything makes sense.
And here's a little bit more from the editor at the time, Meg Downey. He's really only motivated by his art. There's no vendetta or plan or higher purpose. Pig doesn't follow a pattern or even build up to a punchline. He's not really angling for pure chaos like the Joker, but he's also not systematic like Victor Zsasz. He just wants to spread his own twisted idea of perfection in his work, no matter the cost.
And he aligns himself with people such as Mr. Toad, Phosphorus Rex, Big Top, and Siam in the Circus of Strange.
Yeah, this is a Grant Morrison character.
Yeah.
And all he is a dude in Peter Griffin pants and shoes with a freaking butcher's robe and a pink pig mask.
John Lewis Carroll as Professor Pig. Or John Carroll Lewis. I forget his name. He played the guy that was the main suspect in Zodiac.
Ooh, I like that.
I could be okay with that.
John Carroll Lynch.
John Carroll Lynch, that was his name. Yeah.
I could be okay with that.
That is a Batman villain that I'm almost positive you would find morbidly fascinating, Crystal.
Professor Pig is freaking weird.
Doesn't it feel good to like speculate about villains in a new interpretation? Like,
this is why I miss old trilogies.
And the fact that we're getting a trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
One more thing before we should probably wrap this up. Do you want to see Matt Reeves interpret the Court of Owls?
I wouldn't be against it.
Huh.
Because that kind of feels like a third installment kind of storyline.
Except I would like, if they're going to do that, to be, unless they're going to kind of like time jump a little, let him become Batman and then do that.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Because I don't see Court of Owls being a beginner Batman enemy.
Yeah, now I think about it, like we can't do Court of Owls in the trilogy. The trilogy, I think, should focus on, year 2, year 3.
I'd say not Court of Owls, but get more into the root of get even deeper into the psychological aspect.
Yeah.
That's why last time I said it, and it rings true. James Gordon Jr.
I like that.
Oh,
Good.
shit.
Be good. Really, really good.
So this was a whole fun tangent we had talking about the endless possibilities that Matt Reeves has given us with just like a 2-3 minute trailer. We have all of these like crazy ideas.
Such a good trailer, though.
Hell
that
yeah.
Fucking upside down turning shot with him walking out of the flame.
Yes.
Anyone would have flipped it, and people have flipped it, but everyone's promptly said, "Why did you flip it? Having it upside down is the point." And the control of the camera movement. You notice that there wasn't a single shaky shot except for the shot that's meant to be
Shaky.
from behind Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
Oh, it's just precision and
It's really good. It's really good. Me
so
seeing
good.
that shot felt like just climax. It was just.
It was so good that Marvel had. It was so good that Marvel had to say, "Let's move Sam Raimi's time in the spotlight back, so that way he can get his due."
And can we before we get too far away from this, we need to bring up the hilarity of how Robert Pattinson got here. He went from being a vampire that never turned into a bat to being cast as Batman to getting the bat virus. And finally getting the finish.
Oh my god.
Pattinson, man, he's had a career.
He's gotten all of it, baby. I hope that there's not some dumb joke about how he never gets any sun. I don't need that.
Same. So before we close out, just final thoughts on DC fandom as a whole.
It was good. A lot to it.
6 out of 10. Would stream again, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think
something for everyone in it.
if they do this next year, I think there's going to be a lot more to show.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
That's for damn sure.
Next year we'll have like we'll get like a full panel with the Flash, full panel with Aquaman. They'll even do like, I don't know, they'll show some scenes from one of the Gotham spin-offs.
Mm-hmm. One of the Gotham spin-offs. Just love that now that they've said they've got HBO, they're like, let's do everything.
I love it. But yeah, that'll do it for this went so much longer than I originally anticipated, but we had a lot to say. Yeah. So before we get out of here, Josh, where can everyone find you online?
I guess you could find me at JSH Lozano on Twitter, where you can find me just endlessly gushing about the Batman trailer or picking fights with my director of photography over growing up with brats.
Are you talking about the dolls?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't have them, but I've seen the movies.
Okay.
You can also find me on YouTube at JoshBoy64. Like I said, if it's a pretty good channel from what I remember. I only just made it. And if you want to learn more about Jaime Reyes, please check out the DC Defined video on Blue Beetle. There's a lot of stuff in there. And if you want to see what I mean about El Paso, I show a lot of El Paso. So I'd recommend checking it out. What do I know? I'm just the guy that made it. You can find me on Instagram at Joshua Lozano 64, where soon I'm going to be getting into production on my short film Roulette, which is very loosely inspired by the story of Roulette from issue 191 of Daredevil by Frank Miller.
Nice.
And you can find me on Facebook at Joshua Lozano and in the Renegade Pop Culture group. And you can find me on the site where real soon I'm going to start posting a lot of editorials in time for the spooky season. The first one coming soon is going to be about Midnight Mass and about how it portrays faith. Then after that, it's going to be an editorial about Alan Wake, an editorial about Silent Hill, and maybe even an editorial on Haunting of Hill House.
Nice. Crystal, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at simply_ragu816
And TikTok
under the same handle. You can also find me on Facebook under my name, Crystal Gillum, on the Renegade Pop Culture Facebook group. But that's about it for me.
And Brock, where can everyone find you?
You can find me everywhere at OrganoidZero, mostly Twitch. Be streaming Resident Evil games again now that I'm starting to feel better. I meant to do that all this month, but I felt like absolute royal crap for the beginning of it. And mostly on my YouTube channel, where a lot of stuff where I do with Mike. Planning on doing other stuff now that I'm getting better anxiety, including the thing that I've talked with Josh about that involves a lot of what he just talked about today. And my only piece that I will say on Blue Beetle, make me as a kid that grew up watching wrestling in the mid-2000s very happy. Mention Eddie Guerrero once. Please. Please. I don't care if it's in passing. Just, he's one of my favorite individuals to ever live. And he's the main reason why I know about El Paso. So
he does like wrestling.
Yes. Oh, good. That would make my freaking day.
Kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like imaged after a
Luchador.
Luchador suit. Nice.
Nice.
That makes sense. I did not know that for sure, but that does make sense. But yeah, and you can find me in Renegade Pop Culture podcasts. It's at random. I'm in a decent amount of them now. So yeah.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. Check us out on Podchaser. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we. That'll do it for this episode of Renegade Capes. We will catch you guys later.